Midnight music. 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 Midnight music.
Proud of
I'm
you.
logging into Twitch so we can have someone watching.
Well, yeah, I'm also gonna start the shit as well.
Here.
All right, so Ricky,
Yeah.
David Ortiz.
Oh,
Thoughts?
my. I have no issue with David Ortiz. That's perfectly fine. I mean, I knew he was gonna be a first ballot. Anyways, like, I'm a Yankee fan. I'm a diehard like you will, and I love David Ortiz.
I fucking
Yeah.
love David
I'm
Ortiz.
just like, this is David Ortiz hit a home run.
hated him.
Good for
I
fucking
hated
him.
I hated him as a kid. No, definitely Hall of Famer, 100%. My opinion, borderline first ballot, but I saw he got like what 77% of the
Something
vote.
like that.
Now it's like, yeah, that's it. It's appropriate. I think it's 1,000% appropriate.
I mean,
Like,
I'm
he got that
gonna
much
go
vote.
off when we actually start the show, but yeah, I fucking hate baseball.
Why I got a lockout because
I
Bonds
know,
and
but the
Schilling isn't
lockout,
in the fans.
the lockout is whatever. It's the Bonds and Schilling BS.
I have no idea what you're talking
Baseball.
about. Again.
Honestly, dude, fuck Kurt Schilling. I'm happy he's not in. Fuck him. I hate him. He's a piece of shit, and I don't.
Schilling is
like,
a piece of shit. I will give you that.
He got the 200 wins, but I don't think he has the numbers, to be honest.
Really?
I think
He's got the
very
2 World
borderline.
Series wins, doesn't he?
All right, I think. Damn, can you hear me?
Yep.
All right.
Oh.
All right, Ricky, we got him.
Yeah, all right. We're going to have to bring him in. Guys, we have a special guest.
Hey.
We have a special guest.
So, Sam, this is King Ricky Rose and the K Murphy.
Hey, Sam.
Hello,
Hi,
nice to meet
how are you?
everybody.
Hi, we're going to have to bring you, I'm going to bring you in right now live, so.
So, Ricky, I think we got his audio going over YouTube right now. He's got to find out a way to bring his video in.
Yeah, we have his audio. I can bring his video in. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. All right, so Sam, but we are currently live on YouTube. I think Ricky, what your Facebook and Twitch or
And Twitter.
And Twitter.
Yes, we are everywhere.
So, Sam, we're actually gonna go live at 8:00. But right now this is our pre-show where we just kind of hang out. We're talking about baseball in the Hall of Fame. And David Ortiz.
Travesty
Well, they're
it is.
talking about that. I don't care.
Hey, Murphy,
Murphy,
don't know shit about baseball.
I want fucking baseball, but yet every week y'all decide we're just gonna talk.
No, I think we just lost
Pre-show,
Ken.
man. We just kind of figure it
Oh,
out.
there you are. Sorry, I'm gonna bring you in. I know it's
You just go along with it, right?
pretty much. All right,
So, Ricky, what's our show? What's going on the
it's
card? One by
literally
one.
running down. It's
Spoilers.
literally running down the card. I do have to pull up. I do have to pull up some things. Sorry, it's gonna look weird for all of our viewers, real quick. But just want to bring David. David.
That's why it's the pre-show, man. It's fine.
Well, I mean, I've got to do it for everything else too. So like, it's gonna be half chat, half David, which is gonna be perfectly fine. Well,
No, Sam.
Sorry. What do I think? Oh, because you keep on talking about David Ortiz. My bad.
Who's David? Oh,
David
oh.
Ortiz.
It's fine. When I first met Ricky,
How the fuck is
my first thought was wow, like David Ortiz.
Yeah, you called me Big Papi Ortiz for like.
I
Oh, King Ricky Ortiz. I was like, don't call me that.
King Ricky Ortiz. Yeah, dude. Bond and Clemens be in 1,000%.
Absolutely. It was really. I forgot who said it. It might have been like a writer or something. He's like, the Hall of Fame. You're supposed to tell the story of the sport, and how do you tell the story of the sport if the person who hit the most home runs ever is not in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, it's not allowed to be in the Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of petty sports writers and stuff.
Dude, even if you put asterisks on all his career after he got the steroids, his career before that is all
He was 400. Like, he was a monster. Like, he's absolutely unreal. I saw a tweet today that someone's like, honestly, steroids should be in the Hall of Fame. Say what you want, but steroids saved baseball.
Steroids save baseball. You goddamn right they save baseball.
You put steroids in the Hall of Fame. The hell with it. I'm down for it. Okay, let me move over to Wrestletic Radio and just retweet that we are live right now.
Sam, are you a baseball fan?
Not a big one, but don't mind hearing every once in a while.
Works for me.
Yeah. I will tell you, that UBS Arena for the Islanders for a hockey game,
How was it?
amazing.
Yeah, dude, my first thought. I'm just looking at this picture that you posted last night. Where is it? No, it's not. Was it Kings of the Rings or
I think I put it in the War Discord.
No, Patreon members, yeah. The first I thought was like, ooh, pretty.
It's so pretty in there.
So you know what they do? So you know how some arenas do like the 3D stuff like on the court? They did it for the ice too.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really like it's different because like we went there for wrestling events for AEWK, so like you don't really see it like lit up, and like the whole arena. But now you saw the whole arena lit up. So our seats were perfect. We sat in right by where we Islanders shoot twice, right behind the goal, and we were in the last row, so we didn't obscure obstruct anybody's vision because we were the last row. And then when you get up and turn around, there's a bar right behind it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Absolutely perfect. I loved their So I got an Islander jersey yesterday, an authentic one. It was good because they do the stitching and the embroidery on site. So what they do is like, oh, you get any player if they're not already available, but they have like every patch that the Islanders have ever worn on their jersey, and they'll put it on any like Islander apparel for like $15.
That's
cool.
That's really cool. So what does it look like?
I can bring it out for you. But literally, like, so we got there, we did it before the game started, and the guy was like, "Oh, they gave you like a coat check thing, like a little coat check card." And he's like, "By the end of the first period, it'll be ready for you." So he came back, gave it over, exchanged it, and it was all done. So you can literally like pick your jersey, pick your patch, and they'll do it all for you really quickly. It is pretty freaking wild. Hold on, let me bring it out for you actually right now. After I tweet out that KOTR is going live from the Wall accounts. By the way, did you like the show cover, Will, for this week?
I did. It gave me a nice chuckle.
Very cute.
He looks, I hate to say it, he looks amazing. Oh my god, they're so good.
Yeah, Brock
Oh my god, Brock Lesnar. Hi, Kavita. Brock Lesnar is doing Hangman Page is giving better than Hangman Page.
Dude, I just like it got to the point where I was like, okay, Brock, just talk a little less if you can. It's like he's not a bad talk. It's like, okay, tone it down a little bit.
I want Brock to come out in a horse.
Wait, hold up. What's up, Sam?
No big deal. I just want to ask, did you see his Paul's one of his pros kind of chuckle on that? Hey, you know, case in point, when Roman separated from me, he got the Rona. Something like that. I kind of like that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, the other one is.
Although you might survive Corona, you can't survive karma. That was
yes. He goes,
hilarious.
they're going to have it a week without me, and he got the Rona.
That was funny.
Ricky, can you fix his shot? It's like stretched horizontally.
Because it's on the cell phone. So it'll look like that.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah, on the cell phone, but I don't have a computer. Well, I do. It's not. The device isn't the best.
So, I mean.
All right. I got you.
Unless you put him like next to you, be like, ooh, look. It's Will and his buddy.
Let me think. How's our regular one look? Were we going to put him in the actual live?
I was just going to split him with the comments.
But it looked awkward.
It'll look awkward now, yeah.
So we got three of us on top, comments on the bottom right.
Mm-hmm. And then you have the actual slide.
Is there any way to shrink the comments box?
Yes, there is.
Why don't you shrink the comments box and then put him above or below it?
Yeah. We're gonna need him like that on that vertical. Even if it's on a fly, fine. On an actual vertical, so he's not like just distorted.
So I do like. I mean, it's gonna be a real small comment box. Might be even hard to read it, but let's see.
That's fine. Honestly, but just comments out then. Well, this is the free show.
Yeah, it's a different size box.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. I don't see the pre-show going on for 6 minutes.
6 minutes. Hold on. Let me go in the studio mode and try to figure it out. Well, you here.
Alright, I'm gonna go really quick before we go on.
Go, Power Ranger.
Ricky, do you remember the question of the first game? Kind of.
No, it's on you. This is your guess. This is mine. So.
Shit. Okay. All right, Sam, we're going to rehash what we come to the podcast. Our podcast. Favorite wrestler of all time. Favorite match of all time. What got you into wrestling? What's your
This is
finisher?
for me.
Yes, it's for you.
Right.
Yeah, so we played the first game. Anytime you have a guest on, we just ask the same basic five questions. So it's like,
Okay.
favorite wrestler, favorite match, what got you into wrestling?
Okay.
If you were a wrestler, what would your finisher be?
All right.
And then we have this running gag on the show with one of our fans named Slack, where we have like two teams. You could be Team Slack, where you support Slack, or your Team Fuck You Slack, where you tell them to fuck off. It's really funny. So you can choose either one. Are you Team Slack or are you Team Fuck You Slack?
Oh. Gotcha.
I think that's it, Ricky, right? Oh, Persona chat. Who's with us? Kavita, tell me if I'm missing anything. Oh, fuck. I need questions that should be added to the first guest game. I love the first guest game. Oh, Ricky, I'll send you his website too and stuff we can add in the show notes. I should have took care of that already. There we go. Yeah, I'm actually pretty pumped for this Rumble, not gonna lie.
Me too.
Like, the build is pretty excellent. Or, Ricky, you know what you could do, Ricky? You could put them in the middle and get rid of the social tags. Ricky?
Sorry about that. I was fixing some audio issues with the videos and whatnot, so.
Gotcha. You could put them in the middle and get rid of the social tags. Just because that's a little more
Centered.
rectangular as opposed to square.
Yep. Got it.
Christ, if you don't know our social tags by now, they can.
Yeah, I literally say them all the fucking time. Fix some stuff. Okay, why are you so...
So Sam, you on winter break or did school start up again in your second semester?
I'm still in school I'm in school right now. But...
All right, so you started up again. Lucky, I missed college.
Yeah, I missed college. I saw all the like the new stuff that my college like built. While I was gone, I was like, wow, I will go again.
Dude, so Hoboken just had a vote on like a brand new high school. They voted like I could have voted on Tuesday. I was like, I have no horse in this race. I'm not voting. If they want a new high school, they were gonna get rid of the old high school, build a new one on the football stadium, and then build a new football field on the roof of the new high school.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Say that again?
And then they're gonna build tear down the football field, build a brand new high school, put the football field on the roof of the new high school, have the high school become the new middle school, and so on and so forth. It's going to cost like a few $1 billion. And they voted it down. They voted it down. They're like, we'd rather just use the money to improve the system we already have instead of just building a new one.
I don't know, dude. A football stadium on a roof sounds fucking dope.
I was like, it sounds windy and cold. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, could you imagine if someone, like, if the ball gets thrown over the roof? Like, it's kind of dangerous.
Yeah. Right? Like, where are you going to put the stands? If it rains, you'll be the first to know.
Right?
Got him.
All right, let me get rid of the socials. Let me add the video real quick. Bring him in.
Huh?
There he is. All right, you see that, Will?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, put it right here. Stretch it.
Yeah, that works.
Per.
Sam, just do the best you can to center yourself. If you're a little off, it's no
All
good.
right, brother.
Yeah. Okay. So.
And Sam, I'm not sure if you've listened to us before, but we're very conversational or very silly. we're very ridiculous. We go off into tangents.
Yeah.
Ricky will guide us through the show. He'll throw questions to each of us, but it's pretty straightforward. You know your stuff. You know you're a fan. You watch the product, so it should be pretty easy peasy.
Yeah, we have faith.
All right.
Yeah. Let me bring back.
You're gonna have fun.
Oh, we're gonna have tons of fun. Okay, chat is good.
Wait, does this mean Oh, I'm very excited.
Okay, were you not
We've had a
just
new
sitting down
person
when we were
in a
just
while.
talking about the first guest game? Oh,
No,
okay.
I wasn't paying attention.
I think they went to the bathroom. Yeah, Kay, am I missing any questions? I got I got 5. Favorite wrestler, favorite match, what's your finisher, how'd you get into wrestling, and Team Slack. Am I missing anything?
I think that's it.
That's
I
it?
think
How did you
it.
find out about
Okay,
us?
there is how'd you find out about us, but that's just like
It's usually me, but now
Me.
it's you.
yeah, but that's just that's a question that's like a question you don't need
Did
to
you
ask.
have what's your
everybody.
finisher?
I do have what's your finisher.
Mhm.
I love that question. What's your finisher?
Oh, favorite wrestler of all time, favorite wrestler
AW
now.
starting with fucking Cody.
That's what it's favorite wrestler currently and favorite wrestler of all
Yeah.
times. It's two-potter. Two-potter.
Two-potter.
All right, want to pull us off, and we'll go to we'll come in. Pull us off the pre-show.
Yeah, just let me upload. What am I looking for? Let me upload something real quick. We are gonna close the pre-show in like 2 seconds. Just gotta pull up some things.
Everyone's mic is echoing. Oh, that was the tech issue.
Yeah, it's because when
Yeah,
you know what
copy.
happens when you pull up a new video, that person's audio also goes through too. So I just have to mute his.
Gotcha.
So it's
Yeah, OBS can be a bastard. That's why I use VMix.
yeah, I like OBS because it teaches you how to do everything.
Yeah, so it's VMix is just like, hey, Will, by the way, here's a virtual audio input. It's not real, but it's real. It's like, what? What do you mean? It's terrifying. That's what it is. It's terrifying. What do you mean my audio isn't real? But it's like, I can hear it. It's right there. I can see it.
All right, yeah, I'm ready to go. Are you ready to move into the preview section?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
All right,
I'll
guys.
start.
I'm ready now. Sorry, my thing was being kind of stupid.
No, you're all good, man. All right, I am rolling in audition. So, Sam, you're gonna hear some music. Ricky will give his little
Yep.
intro. More music into our intros. I'll cue it. Actually, how do you want to do this? Ricky to me to Kay, and then Ricky to Sam,
What do you mean?
or me to Sam.
You to Sam.
It's like how me to
I feel
to
like it
Sam.
should be you to Sam because he's your
Yeah.
friend.
Okay, so Rick, I'll go to Kay, and then Kay, I'll throw it over to Sam just to go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, we're starting in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Coming up this week on Kings of the Rings podcast, before we kick off the road to WrestleMania, we must rumble. It's our annual Royal Rumble preview show where we break down in depth everything that could happen in one of the most unpredictable wrestling shows of the year. Plus, we celebrate a boss birthday, a conspiracy theory of a re-signing, and also a little bit of vengeance. So make sure you vote into the Baseball Hall of Fame or not, because they're a bunch of petty bastards. It's the Rumble of Royalties, our 2022 edition of one of our premiere shows exclusively on Wrestle Addict Radio. It's Kings of the Rings podcast, and it starts right now. Fuck the Baseball Writers Association.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Oh my fucking god.
What assholes. How rude.
Holy shit.
All right? How rude.
Holy shit, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 280, the Rumble of Royalties, our 2022 edition. I would tell you what number the Rumble of Royalties is, but we've been doing this for so goddamn long, we never really kept count. To be completely honest.
Maybe like 5.
It's not money for the marks where we can't remember what year we're on.
Yeah.
It's not like this one we didn't make the same mistake twice and said
We'll
screw
just
it.
go by
year.
year. It'll work out. I'm your host, King Ricky Rose, along with Willie T, the King Murphy, and we have a little bit of a special guest once we get his video corrected right there. But first and foremost, before we get into the Royal Rumble and all of that fun stuff, Will, how are you?
I'm good, man.
You're actually wearing a wrestling shirt this year. Or this week.
Yeah, right? I'm wearing my CM Punk shirt. It's by happenstance. I didn't do it on purpose, K. Murphy. I'm sorry. But I am Will Tarash. Gets T as in Thomas, Arashuk. I'm rocking in the free world. Unlike Neil Young, who said, fuck it, I'm all... But K. Murphy, who's your favorite Spotify artist? And tell me why it's a day to remember.
It's not a day to remember, but I was vibing to them today, actually.
Yo, their new single, Fire and Flames.
Is it good?
I like it.
That doesn't answer my question. Is it good?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Right now, I've been listening to a lot of Alkaline Trio.
Really?
I love them a lot. I loved them forever, but like I've been really feeling them in my 30s lately.
Interesting.
All right. Okay, that is phenomenal. But as we mentioned, we have another guest with us on the Kings of the Rings podcast. He is Sam Mitchell from the Autism Rocks and Rolls podcast. Sam was a guest of mine on the Ambiguous Podcast Solution, which released just, I believe, last week. So, Sam, are you there? Can you hear us, or did your video glitch out?
I'm here.
All right, Sam, you are here.
He is here.
Looks like... All right, so as long as we can hear Sam, it is a podcast. That is the most important thing. Sam, how are you? Introduce yourself to everybody, and just welcome to the podcast, my friend.
All right, sure. So hello, everyone. Thank you for having me on, first of all. But my name is Sam, and I do run a podcast called Autism Rocks and Rolls. And it is about autism and how we cope with daily struggles that you may or may not understand. However, I am a huge fan of professional wrestling, and I've always been since I was 6. So, and I became a little bit, may I say, a savant of it, and I'm glad to be here.
All right, Sam, so you are our first guest. So that means only one of two things. It's time for the first guest game.
First guest game!
Oh, baby, the first guest game. So, Sam, this is the game we play with all of our first guests, where they answer like the 5 or 6 or however many questions we come up with.
There we go. His video works
every
now.
Every wrestling fan needs to answer. There we go.
Sorry,
Good job,
I tried my best.
So, Sam, are you ready for the first guest game?
All right, go right ahead, man.
All right. So the first question is, you kind of already answered a little bit, but how did you get into wrestling at the age of 6 years old? What pulled you into the wrestling world?
Just the characters they were playing, and my first match I ever saw was, I think, Sheamus versus Wade Barrett in a tables match on a SmackDown, or I think it was a SmackDown.
So do you remember what year? What year that was? So that's probably what, 20? No, since you were. What year was that?
I think 2010.
Okay,
maybe. That sounds about right. 2010. All right, so yeah, just 2 years prior. That's when I started watching wrestling.
But then I studied.
Okay.
I feel so
Then I
old
studied.
in this
Then I
moment.
became a savant and studied it.
So, as a savant, who is your favorite wrestler of all time and your favorite wrestler currently?
Now it's Drew McIntyre and Mick Foley of all time.
Yeah, Sam, I gotta say, when you interviewed Mick Foley, you messaged me and told me that, and I almost threw my phone out the window. I was so jealous. I was like, so how did you first off, you met Mick Foley a few times at a few conventions. How did you get him on the podcast?
All right. Well, I can get into the story.
Of course.
Mick Foley, I met him once through a meet and greet at a toy store, and we just kidded off. I thought that'd be it. Well, I got surprised through another wrestling podcast called the ANC podcast. You should check theirs out too, or maybe get them on as guests. They probably wouldn't mind having you on or doing even a crossover. Just a suggestion. So that's how I met him the second time. The third time I got to have him on the show, and he agreed. I had 30 minutes with him, but I got to talk to him about his son being on Spectrum and his wrestling career. And then I got to meet him one more time at a local comedy club as we went to see him in Bloomington, Indiana.
Awesome.
Nice.
And Drew McIntyre's favorite wrestler currently. Do you think he's coming back at the Rumble? Is he showing up on Saturday?
I think it's too early. I think his injury is still holding him off.
All right. Well, I got my money that he's coming back.
So
we'll
is this
see.
injury legit then?
He did have a legitimate throat injury.
Ew.
Yeah, I was saying,
But-
what's wrong with him?
I think he's going to be back mid-February or maybe early March. They said, but I think we're going to see a lot of returns at this Rumble. That's my prediction. That's my future shock. A lot of returns coming at this Rumble. But we're
Yeah,
getting
we have no
Sam,
future shock section because it's pretty much the Rumble. So.
Well, I'll do it during the Rumble.
Well, yeah.
So Sam, some of your favorite matches of all time. You can give me like 2 or 3, or your favorite one if you have one.
Yeah, well, I have a favorite one. The Undertaker versus Mankind, but not the Hell in a Cell. It's the Buried
That's
Alive one
Ooh.
in Indiana.
Okay.
Indianapolis, Indiana, actually. It's just, it was something different, and it was very creative for what they had at that time. And they really did make something new out of it, and it's continued on for a long time. So that was definitely, in my opinion, kind of a basic, but kind of a pioneered hardcore match. That's kind of my types of favorite.
Yeah,
And-
I remember when we were on the podcast, when we were on the Ambiguous podcast, Lucy, you're like, what's your favorite match? You go, Undertaker Mankind. I just go, oh, Hell in a Cell. You're like, no, Buried Alive. I jumped the gun. But no, that's
That's my
great.
dad's, though, if you want to know that.
All right, hey, it's honestly,
Great choice.
whenever I show someone who doesn't watch wrestling a wrestling match, I show them the Hell in a Cell match. They go, it's fake, it's not entertaining, it's not real. I just go, all right, do you have 25 minutes? Believe you won't regret it.
It's a good first
Well, I
match to show
thought wrestling
somebody.
was real for
Yeah.
the longest time. I really did until I was told that. And then I actually thought, aw, it's not real.
Well, it's the term. What is real?
Yeah.
Right.
What
We
is
can go
what
down
is
that-
reality?
Construct.
It's yes, K Murphy. That's fair. I'm just saying wrestling's a social construct. That's amazing.
Wrestling is a social construct if you think about it.
All right, wrestling's a social construct. All right, Sam, if you were a wrestler, what would your finisher be?
Ooh, something very crafty. I'd call it this would probably be mine, but I call it the Toxic Shock.
I already like. I
Okay.
like the name.
I love the
I
name.
saw this once
Cute.
on Family Feud. What he did was, I have a book. I'll just demonstrate, kind of. What he did is he used his feet, kind of, and like tapped it, like crossed it with the with his legs, and then he like grabbed the arms like through his pits. He turned him on his stomach, and then he just pulled, basically tried to yank his head off. So that'd be my finisher.
Oh, okay.
Amazing.
All right.
Very cool.
Submission.
I think mine's like a basic power bomb. I'm a big slams and power bombs.
I'm a big
kinda
slams
guy.
guy too.
I am too. Or there was another move I saw once that was really cool. It's Xavier Woods where he like gets in a wheelbarrow position on the guy, and then he will shout like New Day, and then flip the guy over and then we'll just flip. It's like a sit out face buster, like a wheelbarrow sit out face buster. That'd be one of my finishing moves too.
Oh, I know what it is.
Yeah,
Okay, I know what it's well.
I'm a big fan of the Alabama Slam. I love a nice, good old fashioned
Oh,
Alabama Slam.
is a great move.
Classic.
It's a great move.
I like Drew's when it's inverted.
Oh,
I'm a big
yes.
spine buster fan. I think spine busters are phenomenal.
Depends who's doing it. Triple H is a good spine buster. Arn Anderson still does the best spine
Yeah.
buster.
You know,
So yeah, that shit looks like it hurts. All right, and the last question, and the most important question of the first
the
guest
best
game.
question that we have.
Sam, are you Team Slack or are you Team Fuck You Slack?
Okay.
Go off
well,
instinct.
Team fucking Slack.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
All right, Sam.
Number one for the
Honestly,
good
I'm
guys.
surprised. The Team Slack is a very very
It's a
short
very
list.
exclusive club.
Team
It is
Funky
just-
Slack
Sorry, it's just
throws
Team
one more.
Funky Slack has a better name to
See,
it.
You know
I'm
what,
a marketing
Slack?
genius.
Yeah, I hope Slack joins this chat pretty soon. I should shoot him a message like,
You
yo,
know
hop
what
in.
we should do? Here's what we should do, actually.
Hold on. I'm a message.
I actually have a great idea. So the more guests we bring on, we should start clipping that one question and make it a YouTube playlist so we can keep a tally.
Do we just need T-shirts with tallies on them, like
Little tally marks.
the front is fuck you Slack, the
Team
back
Slack.
is Slack. It's just empty.
Or if we can make a reversible shirt that one says fuck you Slack and one says Team Slack.
Oh, that's a good idea too. We got tea or spring, whatever the hell they're being called now. We can make that work.
Reversible.
Next to bathrobes. Okay.
Oh, he was active an hour ago.
He's what?
And
I just texted him. What are you doing?
that is the first guest game. Thank
There
you
go.
very
Thank
much,
you,
Sam.
So
That is the first guest
Sam's gonna be
game.
with us
All right, so
for the rest of the show, as I hope you will be, and maybe even the post show, if you want to stick around and chill out with us. So as we get the show going, first before we get to the Rumble of Royalties and the Royal Rumble, in and of itself, we do have to give a happy birthday to my boo, the 5-time Raw Women's Champion.
Maurice?
No. I didn't.
Oh.
No, blondes weren't my thing until college. 2 times.
Fair enough.
Look at you expanding your horizons.
What's up?
I said, look at you expanding
Yeah,
your
then moved
horizons.
over the redheads afterwards. 1-time NXT. Oh my God, redheads. The
The instability.
A Grand Slam instability. I know it was my thing for a while. Grand Slam champion, the Triple Crown winner, the only woman in history to hold all 3 major WWE Women's titles in the same calendar year, who now turns 30, and also a member of the Star Wars galaxy. Happy birthday to my boo, Sasha Banks. Yes. I know you're in awe.
Is it over?
No, it's no.
No,
No, I can keep going. I can keep going.
You keep going?
She won an SB, by the way. She main evented a night of WrestleMania. Do you want me to continue?
Yeah,
She
go
had a
ahead.
Sure, if
Yeah.
you really need to.
Oh, she's married? Should we mention that too?
Yeah, she's married to Mikaze, her seamstress. I know.
She married her seamstress.
Yeah, she
Yeah, he
did.
makes great outfits. Have you seen her?
He does make great outfits. She does look
She also
pretty
has a
amazing.
cute dog.
Yes. It's Ryu, because she's a freaking nerd.
Oh,
Ryu.
okay. Is that Dragon Ball?
No, it's like Street Fighter. Ryu.
What? Oh,
Yeah,
duh.
come on, Ryu. Really? Come on.
Sam, you a fan of Sasha Banks? What do you think?
Oh yeah. I'll admit she's hot. I'll tell you straight up.
See, he knows. He knows.
All
S-
right. Travis
SB
spoken.
winner, by
Travis
the way,
spoken.
as well.
I gotta say, Ricky, I wish I read the rundown you didn't send this week. I would have vetoed this segment real quick.
Well, it's.
Oh, I messaged Ricky on Instagram. I'm like, are we having a birthday party for Sasha Banks
Oh
today?
yeah, I was gonna message you, but then I went back to work, so my bad.
Is her birthday actually today?
It
the
is
26th?
actually today. Yes.
Good for her. So 30. She was born in 92.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. It's just.
You're saying there's a chance.
No, there probably isn't. What? Especially when she goes Hollywood, it's fine.
Yeah.
Which
Is she showing up on Sunday?
no.
No.
I
Really?
do-
She's
I
my
do not.
pick.
She was going to be my pick too, but I think the injury's legit. And you know, Sasha and her injuries, she gets injured really badly.
Yeah, it's a possibility, but I'm not shutting the door on it. But I highly
Yes,
doubt.
I
it.
wouldn't bank on her showing up.
Ah.
Yeah, exactly.
See what I did there? Let's move along to somewhat of a conspiracy, if you may even call it a conspiracy. But Sami Zayn resigned. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, sorry. I'm a big fan of Sammy's character right now. He was the worst babyface of all time, but I love
Strong
the heel
words.
character of him.
Yeah,
The worst
that was my
baby
reaction
faces
too.
of all time.
Yeah, all right, Sam. Sam, you gotta break it
Shit.
down. Sam, did you watch him in NXT as that babyface run with
Yeah,
Kevin Owens?
I saw him on the main roster, and it was
Oh,
awful.
okay. NXT babyface Sami Zayn, beautiful.
So when I first
That's
started
good.
watching NXT sophomore year of college, this was 2015.
Mm.
Like literally right when I started this, so 7 years ago, when I started this podcast. I started watching NXT. And Sami Zayn was just like on his losing streak, like losing to Cesaro, losing to Neville, losing to
couldn't win the big one.
Couldn't win the big one, and that was like the evolution and like the comeback of Sami Zayn was when I started watching NXT, and this guy was the hottest babyface in the company.
He was the heart and soul of NXT before Johnny Gargano showed up.
Yeah, he was the new Daniel Bryan, but no, I'm kind of with Sam here. Since the main roster, his heel run has been a lot better.
He's a better heel on the main roster.
I think he should have been a heel in NXT. He would have been. He's just a good heel. He's you can't stand him.
It's because he grew out his hair.
You like that when it comes to villain. No, that's part of the reason. But he just can't shut his mouth. He's another Miz.
He's a directionless Miz, actually. I think that's what it is. But I think it's also because people really don't like him backstage. Like, he is kind of just a weird, outcasty like dude.
He is really annoying. I have heard he's really annoying backstage, but I love the Ginger Fidel Castro look though. He just like the baggy pants, like everything about it. I love what him and Knoxville are doing. It's just ridiculous.
You know what I like about it?
I was watching the clips of him in Knoxville today. I'm invested.
Oh, I'm so invested. I want a Johnny Knoxville shirt. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, he's gonna eat a hell of a.
Is there one?
Yeah,
there is one. He's gonna eat a haluva kick, and I'm calling. He's gonna eat a haluva kick.
There's I think there's a hoodie too, Kay, for Johnny Knoxville. It says like Johnny Knoxville World Champion
on the shop.
Oh yeah. John Knox is about to make money.
I don't know about him being in the Royal Rumble though. I'll be honest. I'm kind of laughing at it almost because
all he has to do is do better than Drew Carey.
Yeah, I could go with that. He's going to be another Drew Carey, I think, but maybe just a lot stupider, probably.
Yeah,
so he's got to take a fat bump.
Yeah, he's got to.
Johnny, of course he does.
Taker to come in.
There are multiple shirts and a beanie.
Yes.
I want Dead Man Walking. The American Badass comes out.
Choke slams the hell.
It's Johnny Knoxville. No, the last ride. Oh. I want him to hit the last ride on Johnny Knoxville, and that's the spot.
That would be amazing.
And he hits it on Sami Zayn. That'd be even funnier.
Oh no! Yeah, I mean, on Zayn or on Knoxville. I mean. Either or, but I mean, congratulations to Sami Zayn. I expected once KO resigned that Sami was going to resign because they're a freaking package deal.
Yeah, and Sami at this point, honestly, I'm very happy he resigned. He wouldn't do anything in AEW.
SmackDown needs him.
He wouldn't do anything in Impact, and he's on TV consistently. He's always doing something. He's probably getting a fat payday, and he's not taking crazy bumps. You know, he's been around for a long, long time. So good for him, man. I'm happy.
You know what does it for me as Sami Zayn as a heel? His horrible dancing.
Yes.
Let him live.
Oh no, I am. I think it's brilliant. I know people that hate it, but it's the dancing that pisses people off.
It's amazing.
Like that's what I picture Sami Zayn at a wedding.
Yeah. I want to be best friends with Sami Zayn so bad. I feel like it's plausible.
Oh yeah, absolutely plausible.
I'd have a beer. I'd
definitely have a beer with Sami Zayn. I'd donate to Sammy for Syria. Donate to Sammy for Syria. He actually is like a good person. He donates to like Syrian refugee fund.
He's doing that for like 5 years.
He makes a lot of money from
it. You know he needs it because the U.S. is bombing the shit out of him. So.
Yes. So congratulations to Sami to re-signing. And last but not least, NXT revealed that Vengeance Day is going to be happening Tuesday, February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day. And I really want to move from making the day after Valentine's Day called Vengeance Day permanently.
I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
The day before,
like in general,
yes.
like generally speaking,
go to the not the Royal Rumble. Go to the Raw and sit front row and high five some of the wrestlers. Actually, like I get the seats, like where I can reach out and high five.
Lucky you! I want to reach out and high five a wrestler.
Right?
I did once. I shared pinkies with Allison Kay. That was great. Listen.
That is great.
Yeah. Shout out to the AK.
Yeah, great.
But Vengeance Day is happening. I don't know. It's not Takeover Vengeance Day because I think they're moving away from the Takeover thing.
That's fine. That's fine. That's okay. Honestly, I poo-poo on NXT 2.0 a lot, but if you don't have a Takeover in a full arena for like a year or two, that's okay. Absence makes the heart grow fonder because once they're back, it's going to be massive.
I understand.
I heard they are doing a takeover for Mania, though.
I've heard some inklings about it. They haven't really.
I heard they're doing takeover, stand and deliver.
That's what I've heard. I know Gigi Dolan kind of referenced it in like one of her Instagram cheats, as I follow Priscilla Kelly. There's a rumor from Balor Club guy, but it's going to be happening Saturday at noon or day one of WrestleMania, which I think is a horrible move.
That's
Dude,
stupid.
it's Saturday at noon.
And then WrestleMania is going to be at like what, 7, 8 o'clock?
Dude, that's when I'm gonna be waking up on Saturday. All right, I'm not watching. I'm not gonna roll out of bed like, hey, Jazz, we gotta watch Vengeance Day.
Stand and deliver.
Stand and deliver.
Yeah, I'm not about,
But even for the people going, who the fuck wants to do
no,
that?
I'll be waking up at noon, going to AT&T Stadium and tailgating.
Yeah,
That's
right.
what
It's the day of
yeah.
Mania.
Day one of Mania. It's like the most exciting part of it, a Saturday Mania. So I don't.
So I love these Saturday pay-per-views. I'm a big fan.
Because it's smart.
Me too, actually.
It threw me
Because
off.
I think it gains the viewers. I think it gains them more ratings personally.
It does.
Because I think there are kids who are watch the show and stay up late. So I think it definitely gains them more views.
Sunday is too problematic, especially around this time of year, because doing the Royal Rumble, especially this year on Saturday, makes perfect sense. When on Sunday is the AFC and NFC championship games to figure out who goes to the Super Bowl. And I don't know if you watch the NFL.
And not only,
holy crap!
yeah, the playoffs have been outstanding.
Yeah.
And I'm not a huge football fan. But those games this
Yeah.
weekend, 4 for 4.
Absolutely. So this is an absolute brilliant move. From a ticket perspective, this is a brilliant move because more people are going to be. You're more prone to go to something on a Saturday when you know you don't have to do anything on Sunday.
Exactly.
You know, and I hope they keep a Saturday for me because I think Saturday's a brilliant move.
It's for the boys, man. Come
Saturday's
on now.
always for the boys. So Vengeance Day is happening. It's going to be their next TV special. But we are here to talk about one thing and one thing only, the WWE Royal Rumble, one of the most unpredictable shows of the year. And it was only like 2 years ago when Edge returned.
Oh, hell
Edge
yeah.
It was actually
on this day, we saw clearly
Huh?
that Edge returned. Kay has their hands in the air for something that's not related
I have
to
amazing
Royal Rumble.
news.
Uh-oh,
Cody
what's-
Rhodes has lost. Cody Rhodes
Is he
lost.
bleeding?
I can't see that, but Sammy hit him in the head with the belt, and he fell.
Oh,
from
he's
the
definitely
ladder.
bleeding.
Wow, I'm sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt. I'm very happy.
Spoilers, Kay. I was gonna watch it tomorrow. Jeepers.
They're on a beach break anyway. So yeah, on this day we saw it clearly.
In Wisconsin.
In January.
Yeah. So Edge returned 2 years ago, which was a great moment, especially on it's also the same day that Kobe Bryant passed away.
How was that 2 years
Yeah.
ago?
Who died
Kobe.
that day?
Kobe.
Oh shit, that's
Kobe
right.
and Gigi passed away along with the other people on that helicopter. And then Edge came back that same day. One of the great moments. That's probably one of my favorite moments. When you're looking back at favorite moments in history, John Cena coming back in 2008. Unreal spot.
Michael Slack has responded to me.
What does he want?
Michael Slack is watching Scream right now.
Wow.
Excuse me?
Wow.
Why aren't you?
So before we get into the Royal Rumble for this year, and you guys can comment if you guys are watching us right now on YouTube or Twitter or Twitch or whatever, what are some of your favorite Royal Rumble memories? Sam, I'll start with you.
Royal Rumble memories probably for me is when the guy who you want to win wins. Like for 2020 last year when Drew
There you
McIntyre
go.
won, I think I screamed like an animal. And then a couple of years ago, 2018, when Shinsuke Nakamura won,
Oh,
I think I
what a
also,
moment.
That was amazing.
what
were
a
there.
moment.
Ronda Rousey showing up right after.
Post Rumble. Yes.
Was pretty great.
The first ever Women's Rumble, I think, was they knocked out the park.
Yeah, it was a
It was
phenomenal
incredible.
Rumble. Let's see. Some of my other favorite Royal Rumble moments.
I mean, they were booing Rey Mysterio. Who boos Rey Mysterio?
Rey Mysterio getting booed out of the building was a pretty good one. Mick Foley getting murdered by The Rock.
Well, that was that was at the Rumble. It wasn't in the Rumble. I'm talking about the match itself.
Match itself.
You can do Mick Foley playing all of his 3 characters in one Rumble.
Yeah, I'll do that.
That's all you say.
Let's see. Austin sitting on the top rope looking at his watch after eliminating everybody in the 97 Rumble. The whole finish to the 97 Rumble. That Austin gets eliminated but doesn't count because no one saw it. Then he eliminated Brett and Brett got all mad.
Yeah.
Well, then Cena
When
came
Mr.
back.
McMahon wins the Royal Rumble because The Rock decides to help his boss out.
Yeah, the 99
Yeah.
Rumble. Vince tearing his quads.
Oh, off of the botch finish.
Yeah.
Well, it's the most beautiful botch ever because they did actually land at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a beautiful botch.
Beautiful botch. You gotta
Chris Benoit winning at number 1, but never gonna just.
Eddie Guerrero going number 1 and winning. Edge going number 1 and winning.
No, Eddie never did.
No,
it.
I'm not. Rey Mysterio. Sorry, Rey going number 1 and winning.
Ray was number 2.
Was he 2 or was he 1?
It was 2. The only ones to do it 1 are Edge, Benoit, and Michaels.
Gotcha. Rey essentially is number 1, but I get what you mean. Speaking of Sasha being the first ever entrant into the Women's Rumble. Yeah, Wonder Woman Sasha, great outfit. Good job, Mikaze.
That was a very
Yes,
good
it was
outfit.
a fantastic outfit. Also, we're forgetting something. 2016 Orlando at number 3, the debut of AJ Styles.
the debut of Roman Reigns looking confused.
Honestly, it's like freaking me out that was 6 years ago already.
Yeah. Do you know?
I remember watching.
Do you remember his
it so
original
vividly.
WWE shirt that AJ that said like AJ on it? And like the old Victorian, that sold out that same night on the shop.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I'm
no
sure.
kidding.
What about the Royal Rumble of a couple years ago when Becky Lynch made a surprise appearance and substituted Lana?
That was great
That
storytelling.
cost
Amazing.
That cost me $100. We don't speak about that.
That was great. Or what was it? Nia Jax going into the men's rumble, even though there was a women's rumble, and it's her taking all the finishers.
China
Oh my
being
God,
the
she
first
ate an
woman to
RKO
Be in the Rumble.
And a 619.
and a
What was
619.
about China K? Sorry.
China was the first woman to be in the Royal
That's
Rumble.
true. Beth Phoenix was the second one, I believe.
WWE production edited out the fact that she eliminated Khali by kissing
Did
him.
they really?
Yeah, they cut it
Oh,
out.
that's a shame. That's a funny moment.
Yeah, because like they were doing like an Edge Beth Phoenix like video
Yeah.
package, and they mentioned she was in the Rumble, and like they have her eliminating Khali, like going face to face with Khali, eliminating Khali, but not the kiss.
Oh, boo. Do you remember when Beth
dumb.
returned for a Rumble? I think it was like 2019. And she was
I popped.
and
so
she was all
hard.
like bloodied up and like
Oh no, that was 2020. That was when Drew won.
yeah.
That was in in Houston. Fuck the Astros.
Yeah,
But yeah,
she
got
was
her
all
back her
she
head
was
got
all
busted
bloodied
open.
up and just didn't give a shit.
Dude, it made her that. I was like, I fell in love with Beth Phoenix that day. She became a
Yeah,
boo.
so it is great to think of the Rumble. The Rumble has so many memories. It's a lot of people's favorite pay-per-view. Like better than Money in the Bank or even
Yeah, that's my mother.
yeah, it's better than, WrestleMania. I think it's just because of the level of unpredictability and, obviously this is the second year of the Rumble without the creator of the Rumble, Pat Patterson, who unfortunately passed away. So let's see how creative they get. Let's kick off this stuff with Here Come the Women. With
Oh, good.
with the Women's Royal Rumble. So I have some stats up here right now about the Women's Royal Rumble. According to ESPN.com, there
So you know they're
yes.
incredible.
Yeah. It's not a live sports bureau. Sorry, guys. But according to ESPN.com, there are 21 announced participants for the Women's Rumble. And I'm going to read them off. Oh,
I don't think it's going to be an announced participant. I have 5 predictions.
well, we're going to get to that.
I think it'll either be...
We are going to get to that. So let me do the 21 announced participants. So, and ironically, ESPN put them in alphabetical order. It's Aaliyah, who somehow still has a job. Bianca Belair,
And a world record.
the world record,
What world record?
fastest win.
She fastest win 3.17. Okay, first of all, they missed opportunity. They can rig that shit. It's 316
Yeah, come on,
seconds. All right,
come on.
3.16. This Aaliyah 316. Come on now, that shit writes itself.
Aaliyah, Bianca Belair, Brie Bella returning out of retirement again. Carmella, Charlotte Flair, the current SmackDown Women's Champions in the Rumble. Dana Brooke, the current 24/7 champion. A returning legend in Kelly Kelly. A returning legend in Lita. Liv Morgan with her bedazzled teardrops. A returning Michelle McCool. The Impact Knockout Champion Mickie James is entering the Rumble. I repeat, the Impact Knockout Champion Mickie James is entering the Rumble. Hardcore Country will be there. Naomi is going to be in the Rumble. Natalia is going to be in the Rumble. Nikki ASH, almost a superhero, will also be in the Rumble. Nikki Bella is returning. Rhea Ripley will be in the Rumble. Shayna Baszler officially in the Rumble. Shotzi, formerly known as Shotzi Blackheart, but Shotzi and the Tank will probably also make their way to the Rumble. A returning Summer Rae, Tamina, and last but not least, Queen Zelina Vega in the Rumble. So those are your 21 participants that have been named so far in a row, which means there are 9 spots open for a lot of people to come back, make returns, make debuts. There's a lot in the air. So Sam, what do you got for me in the Women's Rumble?
I think personally, we're going to have a surprise win and a surprise entrant win. Now, here are my predictions. I think it'll either be Bayley, Alexa Bliss, Ronda Rousey returning, or we have the announced participants winning, which will either be Bianca Belair or Charlotte Flair. Those are my 5 predictions for the Women's Royal Rumble.
So all great
like
picks. All right. Predictions. Asuka's number 30.
Yeah, you can go. I mean, you have 9 slots to fill. If you want to try to fill 9 slots, that could be your future shot.
All right. I got
That's
Asuka,
1,
Bayley, Sasha,
3,
Trish,
4. Trish has been working out, so I think she's coming back.
Michelle McCool.
Michelle McCool's been named already.
All right. So not Michelle McCool. Paige.
That's a huge one. I think Paige is coming back as well.
Paige is my number 1 prediction.
Probably like Molly Holly,
You're
I guess.
at 6.
I gotta pick 3
Yeah.
more. I don't know, man. That's tough. Kay Murphy.
You can say mine, Alexa Bliss and Ronda Rousey.
Oh yeah, no, definitely Alexa Bliss.
How many I did name? 9?
7. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to name 9.
7. Okay.
No, you have to name 9, but
right,
Will is at 7. Sorry.
You know what? I don't think Rousey's coming back. I know me and Mr. YLP got into it the other day, but I do not think Rousey's winning the Rumble. I don't think she's in ring shape
Frets,
yet. I have
Mr.
no
Frets
idea.
is suggesting, what about Io Shirai?
That's a good pick.
Maybe.
So that's 8. And then maybe Raquel.
Big Mommy, cool. Raquel has to come with like Braun Strowman sitting bitch on the back of the motorcycle.
Oh my god, imagine.
My name's There's rumors that the Iconics are gonna come back, but they might
No,
have
they're
to
not. They turned it down.
Really?
Good for them.
Interesting.
Good for them.
Yeah, the Iconics turned WWE down when they invited them to come back, and I don't blame them.
Understandable. I would have liked for them to. I would like for them to show up with the Impact Championships with the Knockout Tag Team titles.
I mean, hell,
Yeah.
I mean, good for them, but also fine. Don't take a.
Yeah, I would. I don't know. If I was allowed, if they were to invite me back, and I was a champion of another brand, and that brand and WWE was comfortable with me showing up with the belt, I think that's a win-win for everybody involved.
Well, that's when like Billy Corbin, whoever running Impact these days, go guys
Just
or
go.
ladies. like ladies, as management, as your boss, you're going.
Yeah.
And you're taking that payday.
But also, it's gonna help. It's gonna
representing
help
the
to
brand.
expand their brand that much more.
Yeah.
You know, like, do you know how crazy the pop would be if the Iconics showed up with belts?
Yeah.
They're a fan favorite for a lot of people. I loved the Iconics for a long time.
It would be like, oh yeah, oh yeah, like, yeah, oh yeah.
You know, it would work.
Okay,
I can't believe the Iconics turned it down. I'm very upset about that.
Yeah.
I'm very, very upset about that. But Kay, what do you got in this Women's Rumble?
My 9 are Paige, Trish, Asuka. Hold on, I'm looking at the
You don't have to
picture
name 9.
Make sure I don't name any. I want
All
to. Mandy Rose,
Mandy.
Raquel.
5. You're at 5.
Maybe Ronda. I'm on the fence with Ronda.
You're at 6 if you include Ronda.
Alexa
7.
Bliss. I had a good one. Who was it? Fuck.
Santina Marella.
Santina.
No, they're not going to do it. I'm thinking.
Alondra Blaze is not showing up. Much of why I would love Alondra Blaze, she's not showing up, Freds.
You mean
I'm
Britt Baker's not going to be there?
DMT.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like what other legends.
Not with that bitch ass belt.
Besides Trish.
I guess maybe what Ivory.
Alicia Fox. Alicia Fox.
That would be great.
Ooh.
I would love for Alicia Fox to show up.
That would be great. Also, Sam, Ivory would be great. Way to pull a name out of your ass. I'm proud.
Ivory could probably still go.
Probably.
Victoria? Was that her name?
Yeah, she was there last year.
Yeah.
I don't think she'll do it again this year. How many do I have left?
You're
How's her
at
knees?
9. Yeah, her knees are bad. Yeah,
I did
you're
9.
good. Who wins for UK?
I can see Paige winning. I'm just. What is going on outside of my apartment?
God,
There's
if
a
Paige,
lot of loud noises outside.
if Paige won, that would be incredible.
I think Paige returns. I think she wins in her return. Like Edge came back
But the return is the win.
Edge came back and that was the talk of the Rumble. You almost forgot that Drew won the fucking thing. You know? And that'll be a head turner as well. My only issue is that if the Rumble was in New Orleans, I'd be like, oh yeah, because she debuted in New Orleans, she retired in New Orleans, you might as well come back to the Rumble in NOLA, but...
She met Del
She
Rio
met
in New Orleans.
I could see her winning the Rumble and going after Becky.
If anybody's going after Becky, it would be Ronda. I think if I'm gonna do mine now, let me see. Paige is gonna return. I hope it's Paige. I'd be really happy if Paige comes back.
Me too.
Because they need another dynamic woman. Paige, Raquel will show up. Io Shirai will show up. Trish will be there as well. I'm at 4. Foxy, because I think everybody needs a comedy act, and Alicia Fox is one of the most underrated comedy women ever.
Not gonna lie, 1,000% is true.
Especially when she became captain of the women's team for Survivor Series, and she just ran with it.
She had the hat, like the sailor hat.
Foxy, Mr. Fretz, I'm going to take that from you, Mr. Fretz. Melina coming back at 6. And I need 3 more. Okay, Melina, Asuka. I'm going to take a shot in the dark here, and it's going to shock people, but this is why we're here, and we're going to pick it. Tessa Blanchard.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yes. That shit has cooled down enough, and that's the perfect time for WWE to be like, welcome back.
No one wants her. No one wants to see her besides you.
I could care less, but I think that's a big...
You predict her a lot for someone that does not care.
I predicted Ricochet for like 3 years, and he didn't show up until like 2018. I was like, guys, Ricochet's coming.
I think the expiration date on signing Tessa Blanchard is long past. If they wanted to do it, they would have done it by now.
Potentially. And then just for shits... Mr. Fretz, I want to see Tessa. I'm not surprised with this, Fretz. And just for shits and giggles, Aaliyah Mysterio shows up in the Rumble.
Aaliyah versus Aaliyah.
That would be something
Oh
different.
my god.
Aaliyah versus...
God. I would be so turned on. Aaliyah Mysterio. What a looker.
Yeah, Aaliyah Mysterio turned wrestler. Oh my god. All the Mysterio people just wrestle except for the mom.
Yeah, she can stay in the. She doesn't have to be. She doesn't have to wrestle.
Yeah,
That's
go
fine.
ahead, Angie. Stay in the background, Angie.
I'm picking Bailey or Banks. One of
I
them's winning
was
the
going to
Rumble.
pick Sasha, but I don't think she returns.
If I had to put money on it, I'm picking Sasha.
You know, if Sasha does not return, realistically, Bailey will probably win. Oh, let me wipe out Aaliyah Mysterio because I was being an asshole. Lacey Evans is coming back.
Oh yeah.
It's about time.
Oh yeah,
It's about time
I
for
forgot
Lacey to
about
come
her.
back. Lacey could easily also win this Rumble as well, or set up a great,
No, she can't.
set up a great feud for her.
No, she
Oh
can't.
yeah.
Stop it.
No,
Stop it. Stop
no,
being ridiculous.
No, Lacey Evans, she needs to get built first if they're gonna make her win something big.
See? Thank you, Sam.
Yeah, she was built up. She was being built up, and she got pregnant.
No problem making someone win just because they want her to win, even if they don't build her up any time beforehand.
WWE has no problem pushing blondes.
Yeah.
All right?
It's true.
Yeah.
They made Trish a blonde.
Yeah, and Lacey's a natural blonde, and she's a military vet. It's like the WWE. Like, dude, you're hitting all the right spots for WWE right there. Military
Sure.
veteran, blonde, can speak all about
Bilf.
country.
Come on now.
Come on, yeah.
She goes with the hardcore country.
She does live in a trailer,
my goodness.
literally.
Hardcore Lacey.
I hate all of that.
Her and
Please
Mickey
stop.
James. Her and Mickey James would be a great.
They'd be a
feud.
great tag team too.
Oh, they call it Hardcore
Hardcore
Lacey.
Lacey.
Lacey James. You dirty little nasty.
Little biscuit butts.
Oh,
What she called them, like some biscuit butt.
biscuit butt. I'm traumatized. I forgot about
such
that.
a great line by Mickey James. Oh,
Ugh.
fantastic.
Biscuit butt.
Biscuit butt. So yeah, it's Bailey. I think is the front runner if Sasha's gone, and then Ronda if they can get Ronda back. Because Ronda goes after Becky, and I think Bailey will probably go after Charlotte if Sasha's not available.
Yeah.
You know, so that's Women's Rumble. I like the fact that we don't know, because I think that makes for a very highly anticipated Rumble. You know, I'm interested to see what happens, especially with Mickey James, because she needs to come out with that title. That's not a WWE title.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Let's move over to the men's bracket, which now we will do the same thing over again. ESPN.com has 22 participants already announced for the men's Rumble, so there's 8 spots to fill. The people who are already in the Rumble are AJ Styles, Angelo Dawkins, Austin Theory, Big E, Chad Gable, a.k.a. Baby Kurt Angle, Damian Priest, Oscar Bate, Dolph Ziggler, Dominic Mysterio, Happy Corbin, the legend himself, Johnny Knoxville, Kevin Owens, Kofi Kingston, Madcap Riddick Moss, Matt Riddle, Montez Ford, Omos, Otis, Randy Orton, because it's fucking St. Louis, Rey Mysterio, Robert Roode, Sami Zayn, and one of the most underrated wrestlers ever, Sheamus.
Can I put in my joke pick and just get it
Go
out of
ahead,
the way?
Kay.
Bam Margera.
He needs to get out of rehab first.
Is he currently in rehab?
I don't know,
I
but
thought
I know he needs rehab. The reason he's not in Jackass 4 because he refused rehab.
Well, I thought he's been to rehab since.
Maybe. I don't know. I can't. I don't have my camera on Bam died 2 weeks ago, so I couldn't tell
Here's
you.
my joke pick. Wee Man
Well, when
wins.
Triple H said he died, I mean, when Hulk Hogan said he died.
Yeah, when Hulk Hogan tweeted out he died, and Bam was like, "I love you too, brother. I'm still alive." I miss you too.
Here's
Hulk Hogan was thinking of Ryan Dunn.
he got close. Here's
That's
my
nice.
pick. Wee Man wins the Rumble.
Ooh, Preston Lacey for 3.
Preston Lacey? Isn't Preston Lacey dead?
Oh,
No, that's Ryan Dunn's dead.
I know. Yeah,
I thought another one of
I
them
don't think
died.
Preston did.
He
Preston's due for a heart attack. That's
Yeah.
humongous.
But seriously, Sam, who wins the men's Rumble for us?
Here's the predictions I got. I think it's going to be either Big E, Brock Lesnar after he loses maybe to Bobby Lashley and it's a surprise entrant, Roman Reigns after he possibly loses to Seth Rollins, which I hope that doesn't happen, Austin Theory because Mr. McMahon loves him and they might as well just kiss on the lips or kiss the other's ass, or Omos. If he's one of the surprise people.
Almost is. I love Almost, but I don't think he's ready for that big of a moment.
Almost. Well, okay. Here's what I've heard through the grapevine.
Mhm.
So take this with a grain of salt. There is consideration of having Almost win the Rumble, Bobby winning the WWE title, and they have the first
Bobby
ever
Bobby who winning the title? Oh,
Lashley.
okay.
right, and they have Almost and Lashley main eventing night 1 as the first duo African American main event of WrestleMania.
Great.
That is an idea.
I love the thought process. I think you put Big E in that spot with Bobby.
I agree.
Especially for like I cannot see, and I like Omos. I think it's great potential.
I don't like.
I think he's a good big man. I think he's doing all the right things, but he is not ready for that big of a spot of that magnitude, from in any way, shape, or form.
I don't think he should win.
I don't think Omos should win.
It's also possible we get one more Taker match, a retirement match, and Omos is Taker's boy. Like Taker found Omos and vouched for Omos.
Really?
So I have not heard this from anyone, but they were speculating Omos could retire the Undertaker.
For good.
Yeah, his final match.
For good.
I disagree.
For good.
But I have my dark horse as Omos. I like Sam's picks. I also think it's very excuse me. It's very possible that Lesnar could win the Rumble. But I don't know. The men's tough. I honestly have no idea.
It's a toss-up.
Because Drew's hurt.
Yeah. Drew's hurt, and you also don't know when this match is going to happen as well. Like, we don't know what the order of this is. They could start, they could be in the middle, they could end. Obviously, I think they're going to cap it like either the men or women are going to start first. Like, if the women start first, then those championship matches with Seth and Roman and Brock and
get very interesting. Very
Brock
quickly.
and Bobby get very interesting. You know, but if the men start first, you're like, what's going on here? You know, so it's tough, the men's Rumble, especially when you have now 8 spots to fill. Like, who have they not announced that is going to show up to this Rumble?
Ric Flair, Diesel,
Migos,
Bad
Bad
Bunny.
Bunny.
I love you, Kay.
I love you.
Maybe John Morrison.
Ooh.
Bully Ray, Ric Flair again.
Cody Rhodes.
I have no
Cody
idea.
Rhodes.
MJF, Cody Rhodes,
Moxley,
Malachi Black,
Moxley because
John Moxley.
they said his name twice on TV.
Yeah, well, when they say the same thing, I know Rollins said it last week on
Rollins
SmackDown.
said it, and I think Pat McAfee said it.
Okay.
Good for them, honestly.
Oh yeah, that's another prediction I should have put on there. John Moxley, that's a possibility.
Veer finally shows up.
Beer, yeah.
I can't see John Moxley entering in this Rumble. It's just I don't see anyone from AEW being anywhere near this.
Not
card.
right now.
No, me
I
neither.
think in the future it is a high possibility. I think
whenever Vince buys them.
I think in the future it's a high possibility, but I don't think right now. I think there's a lot of potential. Especially, I was talking about this with Charles. Shout out my friend Charles. I was talking about this over the weekend. This is the 35th Royal Rumble. The 35th.
Correct. It's got to be big.
You're running out of ideas at this point. You have to start expanding the field. And what better way to do one-offs and also to promote other brands is to bring some of their people on.
Yeah.
They can come in and come out, and it's no harm to you. Or you can sign them to an extended program if they're that damn good.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, this isn't going to happen. I premise this really. I'm going to say this again. This isn't going to happen. But imagine if Kenny showed up, won the Rumble, and challenged Roman.
God.
The world would end.
Please.
CM Punk wins the Royal Rumble.
Can you imagine? Ticket sales for Mania will be through the roof.
Yeah.
Maybe we get Hook on there.
God, no. I don't want Hook no.
Oh, please.
No, stop it.
Hook.
Stop
Oh my!
it.
I want Hook to win the Rumble
Stop
so
it.
bad.
Stop grooming this child. Stop it.
Although, real talk, and in another year or two, I see Damian Priest winning the Rumble.
I'm fine with that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But this year, I could potentially see Big E. Although, if they wanted Big E in a title match at WrestleMania, they just have him keep the title.
Yeah.
It's a shame because he's on all the promo work for all of the WrestleMania stuff. So he's got to have something.
Dude, he's just going to go back.
Cope's in it.
He's going back to the... I honestly think Big E's just going back to the
Xavier would have been in it, but he's out because he's injured again. Here's my legitimate pick for the Rumble. I think it's AJ Styles.
He was also a dark horse of mine, AJ.
I think
But then you got that AJ Edge match in my mind. I'm
I
crying over
love
it 'cause I want.
AJ Edge as well.
There's also speculation AJ and Taker's gonna go at it again.
In person
Oh.
would be amazing.
Yeah.
I like AJ for some reason. Randy's not winning it. Randy's just going to be a great pop. I'm interested to see how Kofi escapes, if he does escape at all.
Randy's gonna RKO Knoxville.
That's the bigger question of the Rumble. How many finishers of the people is Johnny
Knoxville
taking? Yeah.
How many people were in the ring? That's the real question.
Johnny Knoxville is definitely taking a haluva kick. He is definitely taking an RKO.
He's taking a super kick too as well.
He's definitely taking a super kick. A power bomb perhaps.
He's gonna take Sam's finisher too.
A big ending maybe.
A big ending save. I could see him take a big ending.
It's so
Yeah,
soft.
it's like a pillow. Maybe he gets a bro kick.
Oh, Chris Masters comes back.
The Master Lock.
Yeah, Johnny Knoxville just gets put in the Master Lock.
Or the Hurt Lock.
Yeah, that Hurt Lock scare. Here's what also, we forgot to talk about people that are kind of in limbo right now that could also show up. Finn Balor's not on this card yet, number one.
Oh, he's not.
Interesting.
Peter Dunne is not on this card yet, and he so could be.
Peter Dunne.
Tommaso Ciampa could also still show up on this as well. LA Knight could also show up here as well.
Walter.
Gunther,
Gunther.
actually. I think it's Gunther. Gunther?
Gunther Deacon Token.
Give it to me, baby.
Give it to me, baby. I love you. That was amazing.
He should just come out. Gunther should just come out to the office. It's just Gunther Deacon Tycho Loken. It's on repeat.
That reminds me of high school. What a
I'm
nice
gonna cut that. After the show, I'm gonna cut that and make it a sound bite. Anytime you talk about Walter, it's gonna play the Gunther Deacon Tycho Loken.
Also, Cesaro's not.
Gunther, before you know it, Gunther will probably be drunk after too many drinks.
Cesaro's also not on this card as well.
Who cares? Fuck Cesaro.
They've already ruined him.
That's what I mean.
They might as well ruin him again, though, I guess.
He's good for a swing.
He pinned Seth Rollins at
about
WrestleMania, I guess.
Returnees? I mean, can we see Carlito again?
I was
God,
just
I
thinking
hope
Carlito.
so.
Probably.
I was really happy when Carlito showed up.
Dude,
I'm telling you, I never, because like I was at an indie show in Rhode Island. I think it was like Beyond Wrestling years ago, and they did a Royal Rumble. And I gotta tell you, I never popped so hard for Carlito ever, and then I popped even harder for Sexy. All right, you have no idea. I was losing it. I lost my voice screaming it wasn't his fault.
Epico's not coming back.
Maybe Hyde comes back.
What if think they grab RBD for another run?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I had him on my show. So
how cool is RBD, Sam?
He's pretty cool. The same guy, the guy you see on TV, he's like that except more quieter and more of a people observer.
Was he high? Could you tell?
No, he wasn't high actually.
Yeah.
Professional.
Who else could show up? Jeff Jarrett, I think.
Double J.
Double F. J A double R E double T.
Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy comes back.
Don't you dare.
Jeff's not showing back up.
So, Sam, fun fact, K. Murphy is like the biggest Jeff Hardy fan on the face. Jeff Hardy's K. Murphy's a bigger fan of Jeff Hardy than Matt Hardy.
Yeah, and Matt Hardy's his brother.
Probably.
Oh my god.
So don't tempt them like that.
Good.
I don't think Jeff Hardy would come to the Royal Rumble. I don't
Good
want
point,
him to the
Mr.
Royal
Prince.
Rumble.
Elias could also show up as well.
That's what I was thinking.
Elias. Hello, my name is.
My name is what? My name is who? Elias.
Hey,
Oh yeah, where is Elias?
We'll get AJ Swoggle in there. If you ever heard that
AJ Swoggle
before.
would be really funny.
So here we get
The
AJ Styles
Boogeyman?
have the AJ Swoggle stare off.
God, I would love to see the Boogeyman again. I'm coming to get you.
I would be very excited for the
What a
Boogeyman.
stupid character. The
It's
Boogeyman.
so
It's just a
good.
weird character. Who else would show? I'd love to see the Godfather on another run. He's not doing that, but I'd love to see it.
Dude, I want to see Santino Marella.
Did you watch the Rumble when the Godfather
Me
showed up
too.
randomly? It was
Which one? What year is this,
2014,
like-
I believe.
I think so. Yeah, it's like when he went in the Hall of Fame that year
Yeah,
too.
he showed up at 20. It was like the one where Dolph Ziggler started, and he was like, whoever's number 2 come out, and it was returning Jericho.
Right,
Yeah,
that's
and then
right.
I think Godfather came out at number 19.
Dude, I would love to see Jericho come back. Judas plays and nobody knows the words.
Oh my god, I would
Or-
love that.
Wait, maybe we'll get Bray Wyatt back. The Fiend.
No.
That would be a coup and a half. I doubt it.
Dude, no one knows what the hell is going on with Wyndham.
Nobody.
All right, like apparently,
I
like
think that's the best thing about it.
last I heard, he's filming a movie in
Yeah, I
the
thought
UK.
he was doing like a horror movie.
So, unless that wrapped, which is totally possible, I don't know where he's showing up. There was this weird thing on SmackDown where like the camera lingered. Sam, I think you shared this on Facebook. The camera lingered on like a shadowy figure on the background of SmackDown. It looked like an outline of the Fiend.
Kind of did.
Huh.
You know what I'm
I
talking
didn't
about?
even notice. I'd have to look at it. Was it the end?
I saw someone post on Facebook. I forget who it was.
Huh.
But it was like after an interview, I think it was maybe Seth Rollins or
Yeah.
something or somebody. It like lingered on the back. There was like it's like a shadowy
Yeah.
figure. So the Fiend, there's still some spooky stuff going around on
Yeah.
wrestling. Wyndham could be back,
It's
dude. It's totally
very
possible.
possible.
I doubt it, but it's
I
possible.
mean,
Yeah, anything's possible in WWE these
yeah.
days. Really.
I mean, because they release so many people, there's a lot of people they could choose to just be like, "Hey, come back real
Yeah.
quick."
We're sorry. We're
yeah,
sorry.
let's just hope Retribution doesn't do their thing again.
All of
That
Retribution comes back.
Oh my god.
T-Bar.
T-Bar Mace or who else? Who other releases could show up?
Blackjack.
Shane
all
Thorne.
of Hit Row returns.
Oh god.
Hit Row.
John Morrison.
John Morrison. Yeah,
It
such potential.
Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe would be a great guy to show up. He's like, listen, I know you fired me, but let me just get one Rumble in. Like I can see him doing that. Like I know you fired me, but let me just get one Rumble, real quick, and then I'll leave.
Who else? Cameron Grimes.
Actually, all the yes. And you know what? I would have Cameron Grimes start the Rumble.
I wouldn't. No.
All right,
fuck
have him
he
come
is.
out at least as number 2 or number 3. He's an early entrant.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
eliminated really quickly.
But you get his
Imagine if Cameron Grimes won the Royal Rumble.
Who starts?
Who starts the Rumble? Dolph. I mean, I feel like that's the default for everything. Like, who's gonna start? Dolph can go.
I'll go with that. I'm gonna put him against Dominic. That'd be a good start.
I think Kevin Owens is number 1.
That's a good one.
That's a good guess, Kay. Who's number
Who's number
one?
one?
Who's number one? Who's number one? I'm gonna go with.
I can also see Sheamus starting the Rumble as well too.
I can't see that graphic too. I'm gonna go to YouTube. Who else? It's not much better. Who's gonna start number 1?
What about Ricochet?
He's not announced, but he can definitely start.
Maybe.
Kofi Kingston starts number 1.
Nah, you gotta hide Kofi.
Hey, you need someone reliable.
Dolph's reliable. No,
Happy Corbin.
God, it's started on a horrible note.
That guy's stupid. You might as well name him Constantine. Corbin,
He is full of shit.
or shitty Corbin, one or the other.
I like either Sheamus or Dolph. Or you know what you can do? You can have Austin Theory start, be all cock, like who's going to start, who's going to give me, and then bring out Randy as number 2.
Who's number 2? Who's number 2? Who's number 2?
And then bring in Randy. To a,
What about Johnny Knoxville? We'll put him number 1.
Hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville, and this is Jackass at the Royal Rumble.
Hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville. Welcome to Jackass. This stunt is the Royal Rumble. You know, it's funny. Like when his entrance music hits, I'm like, wow, this song has lyrics. I didn't know that.
Is it gonna be the
That's
Jackass
what they've been
music?
using.
Yeah, that's his theme. That's his theme song. It's his
Yeah.
Jackass,
Thank
Jackass
God.
theme.
I'm gonna lose my mind.
Wow, 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 wow.
And the movie comes out next week, and I'm gonna go fucking see it.
I need to go see it.
Eric
Eric Andre is in it, and Eric Andre is really freaking funny.
He's
here's an idea. We'll get Johnny Knoxville number 1, and then 2 a surprise entrance Wee Man.
Could you imagine? Or Swoggle as like the fake Wee Man, and he throws Swoggle on over the top rope.
What about Steve-O?
Yo, Steve-O would be great, but Steve-O, I would have Steve-O start him and bring out somebody like Omos to just like throw him like into the crowd.
Dude, Pontius needs to come up with a banana hammock.
Party
Party
boy!
boy.
Party boy!
Party boy.
That would be the greatest Royal Rumble moment of all time.
Just a little bow tie and look at the banana hammock.
All right, so one person we haven't talked about before we move on, because we are going a little bit longer than 2, but it is what it is. Corey Graves is probably going to show up. Because he has been cleared.
Yeah,
and I also wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Or hey, we'll get one of the Hall of Famers like Goldberg or JBL in there.
Pat McAfee could also be a Rumble entrant.
I would love to see JBL. Dude, I want to. Okay, if I ever meet JBL, like I'll be like, okay, can I take the clothesline from hell? Just give it to me.
Lay it on
Full
me.
force. Let me feel that meat.
I asked Mick Foley to give me a Mr. Sacco. He refused, and I was like, "Give me the Sacco." I kept asking. He didn't let me.
Give me the fucking Sacco.
Give me your fucking Sacco.
Well, the reason I don't do that is because you take a picture of it and you can then sue them. All right, that's actually happens.
Well, I don't plan on suing him, so
yeah, but he doesn't know that.
yeah. I got something on my sleeve.
But there are some guys who'll actually like kick you just to you gotta keep kayfabe, as they say.
Oh no! Sergeant Slaughter put me in a camel clutch.
Yeah, but didn't the Bucks actually
cool.
didn't the Bucks actually used to like actually super kick people who like axed them?
Probably. Here's the thing: Sergeant Slaughter didn't even ask.
He just put you in the clutch.
Did it. Yeah, he's just like whatever his finishing move is. He was like, hey, if I do this, he's like, no, he's like, here, come here. And he did it, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? Don't touch me, old man.
He's like 6'8",
too.
like he's a huge dude.
He's huge and he was soft. He was very gentle.
The only cool thing a wrestler ever let me do is Austin Theory let me hold the Evolve Championship.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. Me as well. That was really cool.
Did.
Gorgeous
Whereas
man.
meanwhile, Walter was like, no.
My coolest thing I could say was the wrestlers are on my show.
Yeah, we had Eddie Kingston on the show. That was that's the biggest one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sam's resume is a little more impressive than ours.
I've had Mick Foley, Al Snow, and Rob Van Dam. Those are my 3 I've had.
Good for
All
you.
the
That's
hardcore
amazing.
family.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you this: Mick Foley has his booking agents online. You can try to contact them.
Yeah.
They have the email, phone number, everything.
Yeah, let's see what we got. What's we got for the Foles?
What would I ask Mick Foley? Oh, did it hurt when you fill up the
Answer that question. I asked him, like, why did you go? Why the hell did you go back up the steps? He was like, well, one word, fortitude.
Fortitude.
That's the man for you. All right. Yeah. So Men's Royal Rumble again, a very unpredictable thing. We'll see what happens. I'm looking for a good time. I'll be hosting a party if Bernard Reeser doesn't take us all out. But we'll see what happens. Let's move on to the other things going on in the Rumble. And besides the Royal Rumble matches, this is still a really entertaining card, especially.
What a card, dude! This match is
It's
gonna
so
Especially
good.
with
I'm so
the
excited.
WWE Championship, a match literally years in the making. Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar, title on the line. This could main event. This could have main evented Mania for all I freaking care. I am so excited for this. The build up, the video package. I know we talked about it last week. The video package for this, phenomenal. The weigh-in, I could have done without it because I was like, all right, I get it, but like, let's not go too into realism here.
No, I didn't get it because like first off, there's no
reason for a weigh-in
to make sure you don't go overweight. Like the WWE doesn't have a fucking weight. This isn't
we don't have a
205
weight limit
live.
for the heavyweight
There's
title.
no weight limit.
And if you see Brock's outfit that day,
amazing,
really
top notch, top notch.
Did we ever? That cowboy hat looked adorable.
Very, very good.
He was ready for third grade picture day.
Yeah. And honestly, though, he asked, "Would you rather do him naked?" Brock, I'd rather you do it naked than see you in the cowboy suit again.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with cowboy suit. Actually, yeah.
Cowboy.
His hog probably weighs 10 pounds.
I loved it. Sam, who wins and why?
Oh, that's easy. Bobby Lashley, because Brock Lesnar is. Let's put it this way: Bobby Lashley's gonna win, and then Brock might go in the Rumble, and then he's gonna focus on Roman, and then avenge himself when it comes to Roman.
Okay, I like that. Will, who you got?
I'm picking Brock. I mean, I'm happy either way, but I'm picking Brock because here's the thing. We still have the Elimination Chamber next month.
Saudi.
In Saudi Arabia, and Brock is contracted for that card. So it's totally possible Bobby wins and Brock doesn't even enter the Rumble and he wins the Chamber. Or, like, there's so many different things that could happen. Like, you have a screwy finish where Brock, like, unofficially enters the Rumble and we have a no finish for the Rumble and he eliminates, like, the last 5 guys or whatever. And, like, they go in the... I don't know, dude. So many different crazy things could happen in this Rumble.
Okay, who do you got?
I think Brock's gonna hold it for just a little longer.
I'm going with Brock as well.
If Bobby wins, I think it's well deserved, especially with the run he's had in the last year.
And with his coolest theme song,
the Almighty.
I have to continue.
I don't know. Like I want to say Bobby beats Brock because in my booking and in my thinking, the big thing now for Brock and Roman is the Universal Championship, and Roman has the Universal title, and Brock doesn't. So it would make no sense for Roman to drop his, and go afterwards. However, also look at it this way. You know, Brock is there to kind of boost Raw, and he's doing a damn good job of doing it, and doing entertaining. And Brock is going to bring in more people than Bobby right now. This is going to be a hell of a match, and this is how conflicted I am. But I think the more that I think about it, especially with the way we're going to book another match, the more I think Brock is retaining. Barely, though. Barely, because I'm going to call shenanigans. I think that Hurt Lock's going to get in. Gonna sink in, and I think there's gonna be some sort of dustiness to get Brock out of a Hurt Lock, and Brock does not escape the Hurt Lock by himself. Put it that way. I think to keep Bob.
Oh my God! It's Goldberg Kid.
Yeah, I don't think.
No, hey, Johnny Knoxville comes in, he gets an F5 from Brock.
R-Truth enters the Rumble at the wrong time.
God, if Johnny Knoxville took an F5, he'd be thrown up in the air and he wouldn't come down.
He'd be helicopter spinning the whole time.
Just keep spinning.
It's like that scene, if you've seen Kung Fu Panda, he's just waiting for him to come down. He's just like...
You know what? He would be like a video game glitch. He just
oh my God.
You're right.
Oh my God. But I think Brock retains barely. Bobby looks like $1 million, but Brock retains barely. Moving on to the other championship match. Again, another phenomenally built match here. Roman Reigns, the longest reigning Universal Champion ever, versus the best dressed man probably in the world right now, Seth Rollins.
It's gonna be so good.
I'm going with Roman.
Why Roman, Sam?
Why Roman? Well, here's my thinking. Seth Rollins is on Raw, so in my personal opinion, if Bobby wins, then there's going to be 2 championships on Raw. So, and I'm sticking because I believe firmly Bobby's going to win. I'm going to also believe firmly Roman win to make the SmackDown have a championship.
Understandable.
Now Seth wins and Seth, but if it could happen, they could again anything's possible in WWE.
It's very true. Well, who do you got?
Well, Sam's got a point there, because even if Seth came over to SmackDown, he can't because he's married to Becky, who's on Raw. They don't split up married couples anymore. So I'm going Roman as well. Listen, Roman's had his belt 510 days at this point, give or take, whatever. He is holding his belt for a long time. They want Roman to erase any other record by any modern day champion.
He's got another 4.5 years
could,
to do that, then.
Well, they're not erasing Bruno. That's what I was just gonna get to. If they could erase Bruno's record, they would.
That's just not.
But they
that's
can't.
just not possible
It's
these
too
days.
long.
Yeah. And before we continue, I just gotta say I'm starting to. I didn't like him at first, but I'm starting to dig his character, and I love when he goes out and tells the town to acknowledge him. That's pretty badass in my opinion.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is a hard one. Kay, who do you have for this? I know you're conflicted. Because which
Daddy.
one, Kay? They've been
which daddy?
Oh,
Daddy Roman.
I don't know. Seth was a daddy for a while. Remember when he was whipping Dominic for a while?
Yeah, that was great. But Roman's winning. I don't see them splitting up Seth and Becky, and Roman's gonna have that belt for forever.
I'm gonna go with Seth.
Or listen until he retires, or something stupid happens. Case in point, Johnny Knoxville takes his
Jon
title.
Stewart shows up and screws over Roman Reigns.
Fucking
After
imagine.
years of fighting, Jon Stewart finally gets on Seth's side. Now, I think Seth takes this one. Every Batman needs a Joker. And I think Seth is that Joker card to Roman. That no matter what happens, no matter how big Roman gets, Seth's always there to kind of bring him down a notch. Seth is always there to steal his spotlight, steal his moments. Roman Reigns against Brock, Roman's about to win, Seth cashes in. Roman Reigns, AJ Styles. Roman beats AJ in a phenomenal match at Extreme Rules. Seth returns from injury and steals his moment. Money in the Bank, Seth beats Roman, only to be upstaged by Jon Moxley to win the title, and in the same night. But no matter what, Seth is always there, kind of just inching ahead of Roman there, and I think that narrative continues. Plus, I do not foresee Brock and Roman leaving the Rumble both as champions. Someone's got to lose.
I want to see title for title, though.
Title for title would work, I think, perfectly if it was one night of Mania. But you got to fill 2 nights.
Well, here's the question: if you're booking WrestleMania, do you have 2 main events?
You mean one for one night and one for the next night?
That's what I mean. Yes,
That's
precisely.
that's how I would do it. Yes.
Do you have a main event opponent for Becky? Do you have a main event opponent for Roman? If the answer is yes, and you can do title for title.
As one night of a main event. Okay.
Yeah, Becky main event's night 1.
Roman and Brock
main
main
event's
event
night
night 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's all going to depend on the Rumble, but you could.
I mean, I still want to see the Rock. I mean, fuck me for hoping, right?
The closer you get to The Rock is when the 2K video game comes out. His render just released, by the way.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I just don't see both of them. I don't see both of them leaving the Rumble as champions. They're on a collision course. Roman and Brock are on a collision course. That's without a doubt because they just love to see that all over again. But not with both titles.
Well, they had to pivot. They had to pivot hard when Roman got COVID. So that fucked up literally everything.
Yes.
But it's interesting. It's intriguing
Yeah,
as
it
all
is.
hell.
It is because of anybody who's a viable adversary to Roman, the only person there is Seth. I can't think of anybody else right now. But let's move on to the rest of the card. Also, the battle of the couples, the mixed match challenge of this year. Beth and Edge, the greatest tag team couple apparently of all time, versus.
Did you see Beth on Raw? She's fucking huge. She's yoked, dude. She's
Is
Yo,
she?
Beth is. I love Beth. She's so awesome.
She has been hitting that gym.
Yeah, she looks absolutely phenomenal. And I mean, and then you have Maurice and The Miz, who are just Maurice and The Miz, and they're great. They're great in their role. The only thing that's missing from this feud is probably Maurice doing a video parody of Edge and Beth's relationship.
Hi, John.
I missed that segment, but you have It Couple versus Grip Couple, Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Maurice and The Miz. And Sam, who wins this?
For me, this may shock, but I just have feelings that Edge and Beth Phoenix have been on a roll. I feel like they're going to reverse it on Royal Rumble. So this is just gut feeling. I got to go with Miz and Maurice. They're going to cheat, obviously, but I'm going to go with the It Couple.
Theory of opposite momentum strikes again. He makes a valid point. He makes a very, very valid point. Edge and Beth Phoenix did come out looking strong at the end of Raw, and that also closed out Raw as well.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that Miz Maurice would win the next time they're on screen. Will, who do you got?
Dude, I kind of see Miz and Maurice too. I mean, Miz doesn't really win anything, really.
No, he's the fall guy.
But here's the thing. He never needs. Yeah, the thing is, he never needs to win. That's the crazy thing. He never needs to win anything. Like losing, like Miz probably has as many losses as Dolph Ziggler, but it doesn't matter.
But
like,
people care about the Miz.
Yeah, Dolph is Oscar bait, and Miz is just Oscar, right? This
Also,
is how
especially now that Mortal Kombat 2 has been greenlit by Warner Brothers, they want Miz to play
time.
Johnny Cage.
Johnny Cage, let's go, baby.
You know what? Fuck. I'm going
Wow,
Edge
really?
and Beth. Yeah, I'm going to go Edge and Beth. I'm happy either way. This match is going to be phenomenal. But
I would
I'm
love
going
Edge and Beth if Edge's next feud is with AJ Styles for Mania. Then I'm okay with them pivoting from Miz and Maurice. But they're not going to do that. If they are not going to do that, then Miz and Maurice for me. Kay, what about you?
I think Miz and Maurice.
You do. I mean, I love Miz and Maurice. I think they're one of the best reality shows on TV.
When is Miz and Mrs.
Probably in the
back?
spring. It's about time
Okay.
to do season 3. So they'll get something out of it, but who knows?
I have an idea. Since we all think Miz and Maurice, if we win, Will's got to give us some money.
Hell no! Hell no!
I like that, Sam. I like that a lot, actually. Let's move on to another match that's actually on the card, but I don't know what to think of this because the build's been kind of amped, but although Raw kind of saved it a little bit, the Raw Women's Championship match, Becky versus Doudrop, and the biggest match that Doudrop, a.k.a. Piper Niven, has ever had, and it's for the Raw Women's title at a Big 4 pay-per-view. I don't know if she's ready for this big of a spotlight, but Sam, what do you think? Do you think she can take it off of Becky?
No, there wasn't any build-up in my eyes. I mean, Bianca, if it was Bianca or Liv, I would say this is the night they're going to retain. But since they picked Doudrop, I'm going to say Becky, and they're going to save her losing it for either WrestleMania or at a later pay-per-view date. But if they built Doudrop, I would say yes, or they need to give more time for Doudrop.
I like that reasoning. Thank you, Sam. Will, what do you think?
I never want to hear Doudrop speak ever again. Her voice drives me bananas. So, Becky.
Okay.
Becky.
Yeah, I'm going to go back. I don't have faith in Doudrop. I don't know if she's ready for this big of a moment. Like, this is a big moment to go against somebody for the Rumble.
Hey, one way to find
That's
out.
very true.
You want to swim? You gotta get your ass in the water.
I loved her on NXT UK, but I don't think it's her time.
No, I don't think her character's there yet. I think she's just getting it, but it's not the.
What the fuck is a dude? What is Doudrop? What's her character?
That's what I don't think she's there yet, but I think she's getting there. Like, I like her better as a more of a heelish, like kind of an angry person. Like, remember when she first got there and she was all kind of bubbly and happy to be there, and Eva Marie could show up at the Rumble. Oh my
You can
god!
imagine.
And Eva Marie was like just saying everything for her, but like she did. I think Piper Niven or Dewdrop is better when she has more of a mean streak to her, which Becky's been trying to get out of her.
Yeah. Or hey, here's an idea: we can replace Dewdrop with Eva Marie and put her and do the same thing. What happened back in 2016? You have Eva Marie have her top spill out again.
Could you imagine? Just work with me here. Could you imagine they do some type of swerve, and it allows Eva Marie to take the title off of Becky Lynch?
Shut the fuck up. Never mind.
I think it'd be really funny if the Bellas are in the Rumble. Eva Marie shows up. Eva throws out Brie, and her and Nikki do like the Bella dance. Eva and Nikki do the Bella dance.
And then they give Brie the L on the forehead.
Yeah, she's like, look at me. I'm the Bella now.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I would love it.
That's what I want to see.
I want to
Book
see
it.
Ant lose his mind.
Bruce Pritchard, take
Yeah.
my idea.
I would love
It's
Eva Marie
yours.
as a champion. Oh, the heat would be phenomenal. That would be
X-Pac.
hysterical. I mean, but that's all the matches we have so far. That's all the matches that have been announced. Obviously, probably going to be maybe a couple of other matches, but I don't know because Rumbles usually last an hour. And we're doing a 3-hour pay-per-view, 3 to 4 hour pay-per-view. Big Four, there's not much more you can do in between the Rumbles, as those are going to be a lot of your cool-off stuff.
Title matches. Just title
Straight
matches.
title matches. The Rumble is happening again this Saturday at 8 p.m. Pre-show happening at 7. Weather permitting, I'll be having people over, so you guys are all invited, obviously. Just in case you can survive a nor'easter this weekend. But yeah, that's all we have for the card. So before we leave, we obviously have to crown it, and we want to figure out how good do you guys think this pay-per-view will be. So, Sam, we have this little segment at the end when we predict the pay-per-view called the crown system. 1 out of 10 crowns, 1 being a really bad show, 10 crowns being like the best show you've ever seen. So how good do you think, Sam, this Royal Rumble will be?
Well, I ain't so sure. I mean, some of the worst moments be kind of funny, so I can't say the best show. My favorite pay-per-view of all time, I would put this 10 out of 10 any day, is actually a little pay-per-view, Battleground 2016.
Good choice.
So, for me, I'll have to say 7.
Okay. 7.
7 to 5.
5
mean,
to 7,
5 to
okay.
7.
Middle of the road. Well, what do you got?
9, baby. It's Rumble season.
Ooh,
Love it.
going big.
High expectations.
K. Murphy.
8-5, baby.
Am I the low man today? I'm going to go 8, actually. I think it's going to be 8. If all the surprises hit, this is going to jump to like a 9-5.
Yeah, I agree.
If all the surprises hit, I think it's going to jump to a 9-5, and you're going to say WWE knocked another Rumble out of the water. So, yeah, it's good. I'm expecting big things. I'm expecting that St. Louis crowd to be out of this world. Yeah, St. Louis crowds are becoming pretty well known for being a really good wrestling city.
Yeah, the only thing they have there is the Cardinals.
Yeah, because they're playing in the Dome, the place where the Rams used to play. It's kind of...
Mance is going to the
Mance is going to be
Rumble.
at the Rumble. He's traveling to St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
We have a
Yes.
Mance in the stands. All right, I like it.
Shout out to
Mance.
The Rumble's Mance's favorite pay-per-view.
It's a lot of people's
Hey,
favorite reviews.
Hey. Well, if it makes you feel better, I forgot to mention that there have been rumors that I'm actually surprised at the Royal Rumble.
Listen, if that's your actual declaration, then remember who found out first. Kings of the Rings podcast.
Actually, Sam, I heard that was a Meltzer rumor. I'm going to call some bullshit on that one.
Could I give my future shock for the
Since we
women's
don't have
Royal
a future shock
Rumble?
this week, yes, go ahead.
Freckles is going to win the
Stop
women's
it.
Royal Rumble. Why?
Actually, that's the Royal Rumble I'm participating in.
You're gonna be in the Rumble?
It is going to be a crazy, crazy time. So, any other news and stuff before we start to get out of here?
Let me pull up the music.
Pull up the music.
Yeah, let's go. I ordered food.
Of
I wanna
course
go.
you did. Sam, you're more than welcome to stay with us on our post show. You don't have to if you want to, but we are going to do a little bit of a post show after this where we kind of just shoot the shit and talk with some of our fans who stick around. So it's totally up to you. But if you do decide to depart, first and foremost, thank you for coming on the show. We really do appreciate it. You've been really awesome, and you're welcome back anytime.
Yeah, you guys give me a holler. I'll come back
Absolutely.
for sure. I think I'm going to head out, but it's great meeting everybody. Great meeting everyone. Good seeing you. Good. Can't speak today. I'm so excited. Can't speak. It was great seeing you, Will.
Yeah, Sam, you too, man. Thank you for everything. I appreciate everything you do.
It was nice to meet you.
And Sam, plug your
Both of you.
plug your podcast one more time. Where can everyone find you?
Okay, sure. So you can find me on your favorite media platform. You go to my website, autismrocksandrolls.com. That's where you'll find me. And yeah, you can find the interview when I met Mick Foley, and I'm dead serious. I think you two should try to contact the booking agent. He might get on.
Use my Long Island connections to get him on. I'll do it.
You know everybody.
I'm called the ambassador for a reason. So yeah, so thank you, Sam, for joining us. And yeah, it's been a great Rumble. I'm very excited. Things are starting to go. I booked my flight for WrestleMania for Dallas, so getting very excited for about.
Yeah.
About to book the Airbnb and rent a rental car, so it's gonna be getting there.
Oh, I was in a Tesla the other day. We can talk about that story. It's not much of a story. My Uber was a Tesla.
Model. Which model?
That's amazing.
Oh, okay, Model 3's nice. Model 3's nice. It's pretty good.
Hey, if you're going to WrestleMania, get your sign that says I love Sam.
I will. I'll get on that one, Sam. I definitely will. I'll be in a good viewing spot for it too, so you might get on TV.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, club level, baby.
See, that even works better for me. Hey.
You're welcome, Sam. You're welcome. All right, so without further ado, Will, can we cue that music? Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to episode number 280 of the Kings of the Rings podcast, our 2022 Rumble of Royalties. Special thanks to our special guest, Sam, from the Autism Rocks podcast, joining us this week. You can follow all of his stuff. I will put a link in our description in our video below for all of the links to all of his podcasts and stuff. But I am your host, King Ricky Rose. You can find me at Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets, BIGZ Ambassador Biggs. Find Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR _podcast on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Join our Discord channel as well. KOTR _podcast. Like, share, subscribe. Listen to us each and every week wherever you listen to all of your podcasts by subscribing to Wrestle Addict Radio, and follow Wrestle Addict Radio on its socials at addict_wrestle on Twitter, and Wrestle Addict Radio on Facebook and Instagram. Discord to follow for them as well. The Royal Rumble is this Saturday. I couldn't be more excited for it. I just got to get through the rest of this fucking work week. Will, how are you?
No kidding, dude. This work week has been brutal. I'm just on a content-making machine rollout extravaganza. But I, of course, am Will Tarash, Teason Thomas, ARASHUK. I'm really tired. I got a lot of things to do. So, K. Murphy, take us home.
Take me home, country roads, to the place
Fucking hate that song.
where I belong, West Virginia.
The song's a piece of trash.
Why? It is not.
It's John Denver! How dare you?
John Denver is
not.
an American treasure. You can find me across all social media platforms at the K Murphy, THEKAE Murphy, and keep your eyes out for some new content coming out within the next
Said with
couple
such enthusiasm,
of
baby.
weeks. So,
Such enthusiasm.
I'm ready.
I hope
I'm
I'm
very
ready for this too.
tired.
So, and we hope you are ready for this Saturday's Royal Rumble pay-per-view. When we come back next week, we'll talk about everything that happened, what we liked, what we disliked, all the surprises that hopefully will happen, and whether or not Cody Rhodes will be bleeding by the time the show starts again. So until then, folks. Sorry, I was choking over the irony of the Baseball Writers Association again. Goodbye. Good night. We'll see you next week. Enjoy the Royal Rumble and enjoy the road to WrestleMania. But don't enjoy Slack, because fuck you, Slack. See you later, folks. to the post show, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that was perfect. That was a lot of
That's
fun.
good.
That
I
was a
like
good show.
Sam. Sam's a good egg. I like him.
He's a good kid. He's a fucking
Yeah.
good
Very
kid.
nice.
I forget what he's studying in school, but that's not here nor there.
By the way, this tweet I found about Zelina Vega is amazing.
You see what it's when he's like
Zelina, use my face.
yeah,
as
he's my
your-
Did someone
I
did
have
someone
a
put that in our
message from
chat the other day, or did I
Michael
see
Slack.
I found it.
We need to drag Slack publicly.
What we
Oh,
drag in
yeah.
Slack publicly?
When I told him that, I asked him
I
where
think
he
we went
was
over
for the
his
show, and I reminded him that it was a Royal Rumble show, and he said, "I know you guys are on, but I don't always watch." So he actively makes the decision to
Wow,
ignore us.
Slack.
I mean, we do tell him to fuck off every single week. I can't really say I
Listen,
blame him.
But we have one episode a year called Slack's Giving.
Yeah, it's for his birthday too. Ungrateful fuck.
bastard.
He's the only person whose birthday we celebrate every year.
It's true. It's very, very true. Yeah, no, I do want to get more guests so we can start like a YouTube playlist of that just asking people that one question.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Will, tell me about this. Tell me about your Tesla experience.
So, I upgraded my computer this weekend. I pretty much got a brand new
Congratulations.
computer. So, I upgraded my processor from an i7 to an
Ooh.
i9. I got the i9, the 1290 series. So it's like the best processor you can put in
Yeah.
a computer. So, coming from Hoboken, I had to go get my car because the Micro Center's in Patterson, New Jersey. So I Ubered from Hoboken to Summit where my car
Yeah.
is.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the way home, after it was upgraded, I Ubered back, and it was a Tesla Model 3.
Wow.
This thing is really cool. My first time ever being in a Tesla. The guy drove the thing himself, but the crazy thing of me was like the big screen in the middle. Like I knew it had
Oh no,
a
that's
screen.
the only thing in the middle of
but-
the car.
That's the only thing in the car. It's the only thing. It's like, where are the speakers? Like, AC? Where is it? I didn't even think to ask. I was like, does this thing is cool
You know what?
itself?
You know what fucked me up the first time? The translucent roof.
That too. I was just like, is this a window? I was like, cause the guy was driving. I didn't want to be a pain in the ass. But I was just like, I was like poking it. I was like, is this a window? Like, what the fuck is this thing? So, but like, while he's driving, right? Like, cause on the left side of the screen is the car.
Yeah.
And then like it has like the road. And on the right side of the screen is the GPS, like the radio and all that shit. So we're on the highway, and it's like on the car is the other cars
Oh, he's got an
on the
updated
road.
one. Yeah.
Not only that, it has the
Yeah.
cones. Like if there's traffic cones
Yeah, it
on
picks
the
up
road,
everything.
it
Yeah.
picks it up. I'm like, how? How does this bullshit work? How does a Tesla know that all these other
It
cars?
also picks up traffic
are
lights
on
too on
the
the
road.
street.
That makes sense. It's connected to a grid.
But it also
like,
also picks up when it
cones-
turns red or green or yellow or some shit like that.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's like, how does it pick up cones? Like the exact number of cones. One of them fell over. On the fucking screen, the cone is falling
amazing.
over.
That's actually amazing.
It's like, Elon Musk, what the fuck did you do? Like what kind of fucking wizardry bullshit is this? Should I be scared or turned on? I don't know what to do.
So did he drive it? Did he drive it, or did he put it in self drive?
I mean, he had a hand on the steering wheel. I think he was driving it, but the guy could have jerked off. I don't care. He would have drove himself. I wouldn't have minded. Like,
How smooth is that ride?
It's smooth as hell. It was really cool. It was really cool. I asked, I was like, how long have you had this thing? It's like 4 months.
he's got
I was
a
like,
brand new one.
Yeah.
You know what you should do?
I was looking at like the battery life, had like the mileage. It's very similar to a regular car. But I was just like, how long did it take you to adjust with like a regular car? It's like just a few
You know what it
minutes.
is? Because I was reading up on it because I might rent a Tesla for Dallas. So you don't have like a gearbox on. You don't have a gear shift box on the bottom. It's all by the wheel.
Yeah, you don't have that. So it's like I didn't even know it's like how you put it in the park.
And you
If
press
put
a
it in the
button.
park, but he's like also there's only one pedal.
No, there's definitely two.
I know, but he's like you don't have to put the. There's like no, there's only a gas pedal. You just take off the gas and the car brakes.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I was like, that's gonna throw me the fuck off because I'm gonna go to brake. I'm just gonna. You know what I mean? He's like, there might be another pedal there, but he's like, it might just be there for habit. It might not actually do anything.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Because like he's like, you only need one pedal. He's like, when you take your hand off and take off the foot off the gas, it automatically brakes.
Interesting.
I'm just
That's
like,
got to be a setting you can change.
Yeah. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, no, it's nuts.
I'm like, yeah, I can't wait to get one of these. I can't wait to I can
need
afford
to
a
send
Tesla.
you a video, Will. I forgot. Let me find it right now. So Tesla came out with this new car. It's called like the Plaid. It's like the Plaid version of a Tesla.
Mm-hmm.
Not design. It's called Tesla Plaid. It's like a Model S Plaid. So the wheel is kind of like the wheel that you'd see in like an F1 car. And they have this feature called Launch. It goes from like 0 to 60 in like under 3 seconds.
Dude, that's like all of them though.
What's crazy about it? I was watching demo videos on Tesla. So when you shift to park or when you drive, so I think you shift up. No, it's down to drive, I think, and up to reverse. So it's on the right side, and then there's a little button where you press it to put it in park. And then like your turn signal is on the wheel, is actually on the wheel. It's pretty nuts. Let me see if I can find the Tesla Plaid. I was watching this. Some Canadian guy bought it.
So weird, dude. It's so weird.
Yeah, but I love it. Oh,
yeah, it's the future.
It's fantastic. Let me pull it up on YouTube, actually.
Although here's the thing, though, the problem with like electric cars is that there's not enough resources on planet Earth to make that many batteries to support like that many cars.
Yeah, we'll find out.
So, like, it's going to be physically impossible for the amount of volume that the world has of cars. It's going to be impossible to be 100% electric cars. It's just not possible. Unless they do nuclear. They get electricity from nuclear.
Yeah, it could work.
Well, nuclear is actually a very clean source of energy. It's actually the cleanest source of energy.
Bad shit.
No, it's just like if it fails, you gotta have fail safes.
Yeah, that's very true. We don't want another Chernobyl.
Well, Chernobyl only happened because the technology was old and they didn't have fail safes.
Also, here you go, Will. Did we lose Kay? I guess we lost Kay. Yeah, look, Kay's looking so inquisitive.
They were like, man, fuck these cars.
Look, Kay looks so like inquisitive right now. Like this should be like Kay's default picture. Kay's.
No fucks given.
I sent
Where'd
it
you
in
send
the
it?
Facebook Messenger, which will probably transition out of now that we're on Discord.
That's fine.
Yeah. R.I.P. to that. But yeah, no, it's freaking great. I love Tesla. So also, you know what I was watching over the past week? No,
Fett?
I do watch Boba Fett, and I'm not sold on it yet. But I'm excited for where it's going to go next week or this week.
It's enough to the low speed moped chase was a little weird. but I'm not gonna lie, the show has me entertained.
I was watching these guys who keep on making fun of him because like you don't realize how many times he says, "I am Boba Fett." Do you know who I am? I am Boba Fett.
Yeah, like I'm not fully sold on it, but it's not bad. It's not bad. It's just it's
I want
different.
I want his Banta tank though. Like I want to re-energize myself every day.
Right? No
If
shit.
I want to walk out, I want to roll out of bed like a piece of shit every morning. Want my Banta tank?
I did like evil Chewbacca.
Oh, Black Chewie.
He was yeah, he's pretty Black Chewie. That's even better. I'm gonna start using that. It's much better.
Oh, Wade's here. Hey, what's going on, Wade? Yabba dabba do, baby. What other nostalgia pop do you think we see at the Rumble?
Oh, but what were you watching? I cut you off.
That's fine. The Xbox documentary that they released about how it's called. It's called. It's on Xbox's page too. It's a 6-part documentary, and they talk about how Xbox became a thing. It's called Power On: The Story of Xbox. And they're like 40-minute videos, and they talk about every stage of Xbox from like literally the 4 guys who came up with the idea and how they had to actually greenlight it through like Bill Gates and Steve Ballmer. Because you were like,
That's pretty.
Because it was like, because these guys were like nobodies. They were working in like the lower tiers of Microsoft. I'm like, hey, let's try to do this. And they were like, wait a minute, you guys want to do hardware when we're a software company? Like, you guys know we just they're
like, yeah, and have you seen this Pac-Man shit? It's gonna be it's all the rage.
So what's crazy about this? What's crazy? There's some crazy stuff. So I figured out what Xbox stood for. No,
what does it stand
was a
for?
code name. Number 1.
I know what it's. I know it, but I can't remember. So lay it on me. No way. The DirectX box.
Yeah, because it was gonna run on DirectX only.
Oh my god. That's great. Okay, give me seconds. I'm gonna turn off my heat.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
The guys who were doing DirectX were the ones who came up with who want to do Xbox. It gets even crazier than that. Like, for instance, because they didn't want to make their own hardware because no one knew how to make their own hardware in Microsoft.
Yeah.
So you know what they tried to do? They tried to buy Nintendo. And Nintendo was like, stop it. No, get the fuck out of here.
Doesn't DirectX not exist anymore? Because I remember DirectX, like DirectX 9, I think was the last one. I forget what ran on it, but I'm very familiar with DirectX.
You need to watch this doc because you forget like how crazy it was. They talk about how perfect the 360 was until the red rings.
Yeah, dude, it was the perfect system. I still love my favorite system is still the PS2 because it's the first.
Yeah.
Everyone remembers their first. But the 360 is the best system ever made.
You know. Do you know how much money they lost? Do you know how much money they had to fork out? Because you remember when everyone got the red rings, they had to replace everybody's consoles for free.
Yeah, because that wasn't supposed to happen. It probably cost them $300 million. I didn't want to guess $1 billion. I just didn't want to do it.
Try $1 billion. So they actually figured. They told you what the problem was in the with the red ring of death.
I got it, dude. Red. Yeah.
No,
red ring is real.
They actually broke down what they found out what the issue was.
It
wasn't really overheating. It was a hardware issue. So, like, I guess there are these like metal coils on one of the chips that when you would turn it on and off, those coils would slowly start to break down over time.
So if you use it too much, eventually
it eventually just died out. So once they figured it out, they fixed it. Here's the craziest story, but I thought was like, you guys are fucking idiots. So when they were developing the Xbox, they wanted to get titles and stuff that they felt would look good in 3D, in the 3D world. You know, so they're looking at different titles and stuff that they would bring over to the first Xbox. And there's this one title they saw that they said was doing well on PC and doing well in 2D, but they didn't think it would sell really well in like a 3D environment on like a gaming system. So they passed. It wasn't Halo. They obviously came out with Halo. So they passed on it for the original Xbox. It was Grand Theft Auto.
Bro. That's even worse.
They passed.
So Rockstar is just like, all right,
they're like, all right, we'll go to PlayStation. It became one of the biggest selling games of all time.
Yeah.
But was
Rest in peace to the PlayStation.
What's even now that they have freaking own
Like, dude, if you're on a wait list for a PS5, I hope you canceled it. Maybe you don't want that more. Like, I love my PS4. Don't get me wrong. PS4, a great system. Never buy another PlayStation ever again.
Oh, they were talking about how monumental like the Halo releases were. So they also got the guy who bought the first ever Xbox on the documentary.
How'd they track him down?
Well, because once they finally got it greenlit, because they almost shut down the Xbox project like multiple times, because apparently Bill Gates is just a fucking asshole in like behind the scenes. Apparently he's like out of his mind, that shit.
Have you heard of Kovacs?
And so the one thing that kept the project going was that he wanted to beat Sony.
Yeah, the guy's competitive as fuck.
He wanted to beat Sony, and Sony was beating him in the living room, and he couldn't allow that to happen. But they had the first Xbox sale in like Times Square, and Bill Gates showed up to Times Square, and so there's footage of Bill Gates playing video games with the original Xbox gamers.
Oh boy, guys, I'm really bad at
Pretty
this.
much.
Hey Epstein, come look at this. You see what I'm doing?
The crazy part is the guy who bought the first Xbox, Bill Gates was playing him, and Bill Gates told him that he took 2 weeks off of work so he could learn how to play, and the gamer was like, I just kept on whipping his ass. So when they were about to sell the Xbox and they have a countdown, he's going to hand it over, Bill Gates whispers in the guy's ear, don't worry, kid, it's on me. So Bill Gates buys the first Xbox for the first gamer, and then sends this guy home in like his own private limo.
Where'd you watch
It's on
this?
YouTube. Yeah.
On YouTube. Oh, awesome.
I can send you that link as well.
I'll find it.
It's called Power On, the Story of Xbox.
Power On, the Story of Xbox.
It's in like
That's
6
amazing.
parts. They talk about the Red Ring. They talk about 360, especially for the fact that 360 was the first one to have Netflix go digital.
Yeah, dude. When I first got Netflix, I watched it on my Xbox.
Because that was the first time Netflix was actually like a digital platform.
Yeah.
Because before they were just a mail-in service.
Chapter 1. Okay, here they are. I got them all here.
Oh yeah. It is wild the leaps they had to go through. They talk about when they went to E3 and they finally showed the original Xbox, the Xbox that we know, because the prototype looked god awful. So they went to E3 and they were going to turn on the system, and the system didn't work. It didn't turn on.
Well, that's embarrassing.
It is crazy. I didn't actually know Snoop Dogg was an avid gamer too.
Yeah, his Twitch stream is super popular.
Speaking of which, apparently, so, you know Deebo Samuel of the 49ers?
Yeah.
So apparently he's been playing this guy on 2K, and they're like friends on 2K for like years. Deebo flew him out to the playoff game and finally met him for the first time in real life.
What a guy. That's a goal right there.
I need to start competing more, and just hopefully I meet a celebrity online and befriend them. Yeah, dude, you will enjoy the Xbox documentary because it's just wild with stuff that they had to go through and all the people involved, and they talk about how they had to delay the original Halo by like a year because it just wasn't.
Well, yeah, that game was like first of its kind. That game literally changed gaming. So many games, because like that Halo's a game that like literally created the
It also
recharging
created the
health bar.
first-person shooter on console.
Pretty much, like Call of
Because
Duty
of Halo.
existed, but you had like health. They had no, but Call of Duty had health packs.
I remember the health packs.
and then Halo came around, and now they had recharging health bars, essentially shields. Halo changed gaming with a fucking shield.
Yeah, they also changed it with just the way that they moved. They talk about how nobody thought you could do a shooter on a console.
Yeah. And like an open world concept
Yeah.
like that too. Like this giant sandbox, the maps are huge.
I never thought about it this way. They're just like, oh, people realize that if you want to do a first-person shooter, you can do it on Xbox. And this Xbox apparently is nicknamed Shooterbox. Because all your first-person shooters are on Xbox. Oh my god. I actually found out... So, Will, remember you were doing your GM mode on Twitch last week? So I run a cornhole tournament with this guy who's really good. Or whatever. And he's like, oh, I got to go to Dallas in the morning. I was like, why are you going to Dallas? He's like, oh, I work for Activision. And I was like, oh, you mean you work for Microsoft now? He's like, yeah, I guess so, yeah. And I was like, be real with me. Did you know? He was like, no, not at all. I was like, what the fuck do you do for Activision? He goes, oh, I work on the Call of Duty line. I'm in sales. I was like...
Oh, yeah, no. He had no idea. No one could tell him.
I was like, what do you do? He's like, oh, I sell like esports stuff to different companies and things.
What if he was like, yeah, it was my idea to up the price to $70? You should have seen the promotion I got. Talk about commission, baby. His job is just to sell Call of Duty.
It's the esports leagues, pretty much. I'm gonna ask him about it. Yeah,
that's cool.
Because esports is a big thing, man.
He was like, yo, I got a friend. He sucks at Call of Duty. He's the absolute worst. Don't recruit him. He's awful.
Esports are a big, like, they're creating esports stadiums in different places around the world.
Was it you who was telling me, or Nash? I was telling me they're gonna do movie theaters being rented out for esports.
They rented out the Barclays Center for an Overwatch tourney.
Yeah, that did happen, dude. It's crazy. People thought people were crazy that people would pay money to watch people play video games, but no, it's like, dude, I've been watching people play video games my whole life. I grew up watching my brother play video games. Yeah, it's entertaining.
It works. It absolutely works. But yeah, you'll be hooked on it. Especially the Red Ring episode is really good. They ended with the Bethesda acquisition, obviously.
Oh, that was a great acquisition. Yeah. Dude, I love it because it's like, it means, okay, all these games are just going to be available on PC faster. That's all it is.
Well, that's what they said Microsoft had such an advantage, because PlayStation made all of their stuff in-house, and it was like a complex system, so game developers didn't know how to use it. Or didn't know really how to manipulate it that well. And so that was the idea behind it. It was like, oh, we can use DirectX as like the stuff which everybody knows how to use, and you can just manipulate it that way.
I don't know what Sony does from here.
Dude, I don't know.
Like, in terms of gaming?
You know what's the coy thing that Phil Spencer said of Xbox? He goes, the existing communities that are part of these franchises will not be touched. I was like, oh, he's keeping Warzone, but every other Call of Duty game that's going to come out after like 2023, when the deal is finalized, is going to go to Xbox only.
It's still Xbox and PC. Yeah, I mean, it still has to. Yeah,
it's got another year. I mean, the ZeniMax deal took a year too.
I mean, unless they sell the rights to Sony and make a fuck ton of extra money off.
Well, that's what they did with Minecraft. They bought Minecraft. They're like, oh, they license it out to Sony.
That's what I mean. They could just license it out to Sony and just make extra cash like that way. Because you're still cutting off half the market potentially.
But you also don't spend $70 billion on a franchise and not make it exclusive.
Unless you sell it back to them.
That'd be such a dick move.
You're literally selling back something they pretend. You're literally selling back something they already own.
Yeah, but like, it's not just that. It's also like Candy Crush too.
Yeah, dude, it's everything.
Candy Crush, World of Warcraft,
pretty much everything. Yeah, they own everything. Everything Blizzard owns, everything Activision owns. They own everything, essentially. Anything worth having, they own.
Yeah. And
yet, they're still not a monopoly.
No, surprisingly enough. They must have great accountants.
Great lawyers.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Fantastic lawyers. It's going to be another year and a half. I'm just going to see how it goes down, but...
I hope it goes through. Like, some people are mad about this deal, how it's like bad
it's
for
not.
gaming. I'm like, is it?
Everything's going to go on freaking game. It's the Netflix of gaming. It's the perfect deal.
Yeah. Yeah, my friend loves Game Pass. I could get it for the PC, but it's just like I guess like owning things is a bad word, but
yeah, I get what you mean. You like to actually have it so you can play it whenever and don't have to rely on it being on Game Pass.
I don't have to have anxiety going off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like if you have a game on Game Pass that goes off Game Pass, like can you still play it, or is it,
you have to purchase it.
It's
It's
inaccessible?
inaccessible. Yeah.
And you got to purchase it. Yeah. If I was in the middle of a game and this was off Game Pass, I'd be pretty pissed.
Oh, I gotta buy it. But I think if you have Game Pass,
It's
you
like-
get deals on purchasing that game.
Probably. Yeah, I've looked at Game Pass. It's an incredible deal. Don't get me wrong. I'm not shitting on Game Pass in the slightest. I love Steam. Steam's great. It's so organized, and it has almost everything.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy when I found out Xbox got Activision Blizzard, but they also have to clean up that culture because apparently all those lawsuits that they got from the state of California from around.
Yeah, well, the gaming industry as a whole has a big abuse and crunch.
Yeah, they do.
Like abuse, sexual abuse, and crunch. They have a big problem there. What the fuck does Payday 2 have a 15 gigabyte update for?
For what?
I have no idea. Payday 2 is a great game. It's a lot of fun. Let's see. Update 217.
I know someone who worked on the last Far Cry.
Those games are all the same, though. That's the thing. That's the thing. Like AAA games, they're just all the same games now, and it's just like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like Far Cry 4 is no different than Far Cry 6.
I never got into the Far Cry stuff, so
They're fun. If you like, I thought about buying 6. I haven't played one in a few years, but like they're lazy. AAA games. Well, first off, Battlefield.
Battlefield had a horrible launch, which is a shame.
Yeah, because they released them. They released the game before they finished it.
Oh, they didn't wait.
And then they patch it, and it's just like they make promises they don't keep. Like the gaming industry has a lot of problems. Don't get me wrong, but that's just like the AAA gaming industry. I play a lot of I do play some AAA games. Like some of the smaller games out there, even some of the franchises are still good.
They actually talk about that in the
Like,
documentary too. Where they talk about how they created ID at Xbox for like independent gamers.
Yeah, like it is something independent. Like Risk of Rain is one of the best games I ever bought for $15. One of the best games I ever bought. Period. It's a perfect game. It's so much fun. It's just, you know exactly what you're getting into. A huge update is coming sometime this month, or DLC. I'm going to buy it. I'll spend another $30 in that game. It's fucking incredible. I've put over 70 hours into it. It's like a perfect 4-person shooter. And it's just so much fun. It's basic and it's just easy. I've been playing a lot of the Naruto games. Where it's like a fighting game, where it's just all Naruto shit.
Were you playing the Yakuza games
I still
as
play
well?
some big. The Yakuza games are incredible. But I still play playing the big games. I have both Watch Dogs on here.
Ooh.
I have the Wolfenstein.
Watch Dogs
games.
is amazing.
I beat all Witchers.
Do you have
last year. All the Tomb
Do you have
Raider
the
games.
latest Watch Dogs, Legion? Legion's
No,
fun.
I do not. Like all the Saints Row games, the Prince of Persia games, Max Payne, a whole bunch of
Max
Lego
Payne.
games. Left 4
Oh,
Dead
did you hear
2.
about the Lego Skywalker saga?
Is it
Not yet,
available?
but
Is it
I
available
know
yet?
I heard how you can play it. So you get to pick the trilogy where you start the game.
Really?
So
April 5th.
So you can start at
Comes out April
episode
5th.
1, episode 4, or episode 7, and just play your way through that way.
No, that's always how it's been. I think you can just you play like a first level and you can
Yeah.
just pick wherever you want, but you can go to whatever movie. Now, you would start on 5
Really?
if you
On
wanted
Empire?
to. Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's how most of the games are.
Which I had to go back and
Unless they go by.
I have to
unless they
go
by
back and beat
trilogy.
Fallen Order.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's all 9 of them because like on Steam 1 through 6 is available. But it's like, I'll just wait for 1 through
Just
9.
finish the whole thing at once.
Yeah, updated graphics. Lego Star Wars is the best Lego games.
I've
They're
never
so
played a
much
Lego
fun.
game. I hear great things about it.
Dude, they're incredible. Like Lego Lord of the Rings, outstanding. Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, a lot of fun. Lego Harry Potter, very
That's
disappointing. Very disappointing. Because like the point of the Lego games, like all the Star Wars games, is like there's so many different characters to play as, and they're all relatively different. Like Lego Lord of the Rings is at the best because all the characters are just so different, and they all have different abilities. Same with Pirates. But Star Wars, it's like it's fun. It's so whimsical and fun.
I guess Kay's not returning, so I guess Kay's checking out. They forgot their food.
Probably. I think I'm a hop off.
Yeah,
It's 10
might as
o'clock.
well. It is 10 o'clock. Hop off. I'm in the mood to play a shit ton of video games now, anyways.
Yeah, I should probably go to bed, but I kind of want to finish Final Fantasy 7, so that's a thing.
All right, guys. Until next week. We'll see you guys later.